with bars tighter than the strings on a banjo. I'm coming from all types of angles. I walk the type of streets that no other man goes. I'm a spider web type, but you're bound to get tangled. Cause attention like car alarms at midnight. I silhouettes of the shadow in the street light. Rob, steal a shot as long as I eat right. Another hustler, born up in the street fight. Before I could walk I had to learn how to be wise. Detect lies in your voice, how to read eyes. Tear off the mask and bamboozle the disguise. Distinguish a good from a bad guy. Flat lines, fat lines, needles and crack pipes. Snakes in the grass, crocodiles and jackpot. Jackknives, police dogs, sirens and flashlights. With a blink of an eye, your life flashlight.
Follow me to where they're dead, walk with 13 ghosts inside, bloodstained walls take the tour, boom, biddy, bye, bye. Through my parables I give them life, the written spells they're trapped behind, only old and battle minds begin to write. A little flicker of that candlelight and words begin to form. You know a transmitter shuts down as fear starts to swarm. All you hear is your own heartbeat. 12 ghosts left by the time the first one's ended. You gon' wish you didn't start me. This for those with them hard speech flows. The first shows, first ghost, run up on them and man stood froze. Snap what you flow, crack that rapping out. That shit's jokes, attack your soul like that jackal scratch. Detached domes, I'm in a catch-22. I don't know who to slew next, cause slew the ones who jump on movements. Tear apart a few friends, a gun for them who keep spitting when you know that it's lies. Fuck it, two ghosts out, kill them both for one side.
Experts say the poverty line is 60% of average income, adjusted for household size. That amounts to £189 a week for a single parent with one child, £217 for a couple with no children, and £332 a week for a couple with two children. Income on or below that means the household is said to be living in poverty.
Is it that I'm getting old, or is life getting cold? The prices get high and the wages stay low. I see it with my eyes that there's lies being told. When they said that the UK streets were paved with gold. It's life out on road, on our faces it shows. There's youth killing youth for the love of the dough. It goes over our heads just like an afro. In the sun, in the sleet, in the rain, in the snow. It's jail, no bail, checkmate the business stale. When it thunders, then it hails, are we destined to fail? The system in the core, never had a second thought. Trial, retribution, probation, report. In a sweat, boss, your cup, then you're locked. The heart, the core, the journey through your thoughts. The grimace, it smells, the landings of hell. They call it payback, the youths call it jail.
Them shivers on my back and it feels like impending doom. If you're in the cat, you feel the presence in the room. Laws of attraction, void of compassion. The street is full of traps, so your outlook is full of gloom. The mechanics of this masochism, techno-fascism, beating drums on my chest to scratch a rhythm. You're created like infants in this massive prison. While your thoughts are suppressed, I'm dropping classic wisdom. Welcome to the world of the flatliners, vacant face fiends on the streets, they're scrapping over smack prices. This is the world of the no-hopers, drug-addled crack smokers, kids on the streets that's got no focus. Spread like locusts in this landscape of pestilence. Nothing they can show us would ever curb the decadence.
The world is a wonderful place with lots of things to see and lots of things to touch and lots of things to smell and lots of things to taste. But there are some things that can make you sick, called poison.
Oh my, not a full-on danger alert. It does appear to be an alarming increase in children mistaking medicine for candy. Poison. 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 Poison dart, straight to the heart, mate. That was sound boy, won't partake. It's not a game, you know I shoot like a cupid, I'm causing a heartache. Cry me a river, like your last day. I was a sinner, but that's in the past, mate. We don't talk no more. What's going on like you never wanna parlay? Nothing mentioned, nothing gained, no one mentioned, no one named. And I move on the track like a high-speed train that is never derailed by legion or race. Relentless, on a no campaign, darts a fire with a pinpoint aim. But MBTHOD of delivery to bring you the pain. Poison darts, straight to the heart, and then you can get it tear them apart. Over beats as masters the craft, take it back from the end to the start. Poison darts, straight to the heart, then you can get it tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast, as the pumps of the load, the first shall be last. remedy for defense. The reality gets much worse. Sick minds know less of a bird. They play the vaccine, the back of the purse. 6 months before the outbreak rehearsed. Think about it. Let's make things clear. Inside the minds of final frontier. Our demise has been engineered, so seek the truth or succumb to the fear. Poison darts, straight to the heart, and then you can get it tear them apart.
How do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government, controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
One, two, 33, 6 million. Welcome back to the one and only.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
Welcome back, Andy PG.
Oy vey, oy vey.
Rashallah, brother. How's everyone doing? Yeah, it's Friday night, it's 8 p.m. Did you miss us?
Is everyone ready for the Shabbat tomorrow?
The Shabbat is tomorrow. Big up King of Sting. Big shout to Ashley Styles, Ligger Lister, Pamela Swan, Ratis Liaison Officer. I see you all there. I like your joke as well, King of Sting. Caravan Club will love that joke.
A few memes this week from the Ratis Liaison Officer.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
A lot of memes have been sent to me this week.
Yes,
Big shout to the Twitter gang. You've been nudged. We're gonna be paying homage to you in a minute. Literally paying full homage. Because
homage.
We're playing some homage. Right, let's get down to business.
Not to be confused with farage.
Or fromage.
Or fromage.
Right, tonight is customer services. We do want to hear from you. We're not going to open the phone lines yet. I'm going to open the phone lines. Let's say at 8:30.
Yeah.
We'll open the phone lines at 8:30. We've got a new phone number. The old phone number, the one with 666 in it, that one is now the WhatsApp number.
Okay.
But the SIM card died from inactivity.
Oh,
so
really?
I had to get a new eSIM really quickly.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson to you peasants. If you get the Neuralink, right? Do you hear what Lawrence just said? It just died from
inactivity.
Yeah.
SIM card was cancelled. So the same old number is WhatsApp now. The old number is WhatsApp. The new number is going to be terrestrial phone calls.
Is somebody throwing up SS symbols in the phone chat there?
I bloody well hope not. Oh no, it's lightning. Big shout to Bethany Jane 33. And everybody else tuned in. Yeah, we do want to get properly interactive tonight. You know what the score is when it's customer services. We open up the phone lines. We take live calls from people all around the peasantverse. And what kind of reasons should people be contacting us for tonight, Andy PG?
Listen, we want to hear anything. If you've got an anecdote about Clown World, if you think we're retarded tinfoil hat wearers, if you are a member of the Jewish community, and just
and you're tired of Andy PG persecuting you.
Anything like that, you can ring in, call us. You know, if you're a bit of a lefty, like we spoke to our favourite lefty, Josh, last time in the phone line.
Straight up, he was very popular. One of our favourite people. Loads of comments about Josh.
He was our first one, actually.
They're like, wow, Josh is the most right-wing lefty we've ever heard of.
He is. He's very centrist.
He agrees. He's very reasonable.
He's a very
In fact, Josh, if you're watching, please feel free to call in again.
He's not retarded. No, we like Josh.
That's why we studied him so carefully.
I was very pleased when he accepted my friend request on Facebook.
Me too. And I was very pleased when he accepted the year's free Patreon membership, which I gifted to him for being such a bloody good sport.
He was a bloody good sport.
Bloody good sport, mate.
All right, partridge.
Oh yeah, here's another one. A great reason to call in would be to discuss the topic du jour, whatever we're talking about on the show
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah, for sure. If you wouldn't just want to chime in.
And I'm not going to lie, tonight's Schwab show is a bit more down to earth than we normally do on a Friday night show. This one's a little bit more Patreon-y. It's a little bit more UK tensions holy warish right now, because that is what's been going on. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so about 9:30 we will open
Look
the
at this.
phone lines.
Josh is getting loads of love in the comment section. Liked Josh. Josh was cool. Big up, Josh. Somebody saying pet lefty. It's funny, but you know he's a
Yes,
good
Kyle
guy.
Rattigan.
He'll like that.
Yes, Kyle Rattigan. It's a call-in show. That's what customer services means, comrade. You
The
should know
number
that
is at
by
the
now.
bottom of the screen, guys. That's the WhatsApp.
In fact,
number
I'm
now.
just going to drop the new number. I'm going to drop the new number so you can save it into your phones, so that when you feel to call up later on, you do.
Wow. No. That's not how it works, guys. We
What
just
did
said.
we-
I'm going to hang up.
Wait a minute. No one's even got that number yet. Oh no, sorry. This is the new number is on the screen. 07404 883 292. Okay, that's the phone line number. The WhatsApp number. Let me make sure I've got the right. That was eager, wasn't it?
It was.
Right, we said no phone calls until 9:30. Thank you for being so eager. Anyway,
8:30, Michael. 8:30.
sorry, 8:30. Yes, right. We're doing the earlier starts. Okay, right. So let's get some normal business out of the way before we open the phone lines. Our last show has gone down very well. Suk Singh,
Yeah, big up.
decent guest. This guy's solid. I think this
He
guy's
is solid. I like him as well. I like him.
So we had a great chat with Suk
And
Singh.
it means we're not racist because he's not. You know.
Also, we have guys from the Punjab coming on our Patreon to talk about the Kalergi plan.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not racist. Suk is a great guy. He's a very knowledgeable guy. And not only did we speak to him on the last live show on YouTube 2 weeks ago to today, we also had him on the live on Patreon this week, did we not?
Did Michael.
Because for you guys that are still way behind and only watching your Rise Above on YouTube, in case you didn't know, we also have Patreon.
Yes, we do.
And our Patreon now, more often than not, we're actually broadcasting live on Wednesday nights.
That's right. Live, guys. You heard it right.
And in case you didn't know, Patreon doesn't have the same restrictions that YouTube has, or at least we thought it didn't, which is certainly treating it as if it doesn't. Yeah, so we urge everyone, if you want to get more of Suk Singh, you need to sign up to our Patreon. Let's just put the QR code on the screen right now. It's only £3 a month or $3.33, and you get like hours of extra content every week.
King of Sting in the chat there. Be careful, mate. We're going to be talking about that. Don't worry.
Don't worry, don't jump the gun.
Don't jump the gun, sir.
Don't jump the gun. So, and also get onto Patreon. Get onto Patreon because there's going to be another live show this Wednesday coming. What's our special Sunday night video about this week?
Oh, we did a peasant breakdown of a PSYOP, which is very big actually in the peasant sphere at the moment.
Big peasant
on
PSYOP.
33 AIX Atlas, the intercosmetic
Dildo.
dildo. That's coming in from
did you used to say intercosmetic dildo?
intercosmetic dildo, which is flying through the peasant sphere from outer space.
So if you want the full scoop on what 33 AI Atlas actually is, you need to subscribe to Patreon. That video is coming out on Sunday night. And
we don't normally do that either. That's a kind of a different one that we've done.
I'm just looking through some of these comments here.
They're funny tonight, actually.
Big shout
I nearly choked earlier on Lord Dewsworth comment.
What was it?
He put Rishalat or Rashalat.
Rashalat. Everyone's saying shalom, peasants. Yeah. And it's worth mentioning, anyone that's signed up to Patreon since the last live show, you are going to get...
Wait.
Press the Dr. Kimchi button.
Wait. It's right at the end. It's right at the end.
Yeah, you got to get it. Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone that signs up to Patreon at the moment gets sent one of these in the post. It's called a Dr. Kimchi cold storage crypto wallet, and it is basically a waterproof, shockproof, everything-proof, fireproof cold storage wallet for your crypto. If you're new to crypto, it even comes with a little guide to how to start out in crypto. Even if you don't like crypto and you hate it and you think it's Jewish, this is a cool piece of Ramesh memorabilia. You're not going to see these anywhere else. Dr. Kimchi is one of our official partners, and they do help fight the big C, CANCER, without using big pharma poison. So for only £3 or $3.33, not only do you get a full Schwab of Pesantron,
you also get a crypto wallet from Dr. Kimchi himself.
We'll send you one of those. So everyone that signed up in the last week, check your inbox on Pesantron. I will message you personally to get your address, and to send you the Dr. Kimchi wallet.
Beautiful fade out there. If I
Yeah,
do say so
fantastic.
myself.
Great
Yeah,
work,
wonderful.
PG. Lovely, lovely.
Great
jubbly.
production.
Okay, so where are we? Obviously, it wouldn't be a show of Rise Above unless we told you need to buy tickets for the next live event.
Right here, right now, is where we draw the line.
January 31st, the Attic, Southampton, ourselves and the formidable Mark Devlin. We will be there. We're doing a presentation each. It's only £12 a ticket at the moment, so that's what, £6 a presentation.
It's fuck all, guys. Just
That's
get involved.
literally-
Just get involved. If you're in the local area,
Literally peanuts.
come for a
Michael.
day out. If you're like 40 minutes away, an hour
We
away.
will go for some drinks afterwards, so it will be a social event. It's not just a sit down seminar.
It's
sort of thing.
Southampton as well, so it's quite rowdy.
Yep.
Might get into some migrant filming or stuff. Street.
Well, we might throw in a free migrant protest.
We might
like we did at the last event.
We might just run in to stand up to racism.
Okay, nice segue.
We could book them in, actually.
Nice segue. Okay, so
We could email them and say we're going to do a Nazi parade through the town and just get them out.
what are we going to be talking about at this Mark Devlin presentation, Andy PG?
We're going to do a presentation on our MI33 work, which is an ongoing
Obviously.
sector of the Ramesh workshop.
If you're not on Pedantron, if you're not signed up to Patreon for a mere 3 crypto shekels per month, you don't know what MI33 is. You just get the dregs that just finally trickle down to YouTube months after we do it.
Like a peasant.
Yeah,
with
you just
with
go,
the
"Here you
floor
go."
sweepings.
You get some leftovers. That's what you get on YouTube when it comes to MI33. If you want the footage, the unedited footage, as soon as it happens, it always goes directly onto Peasantron.
You can see like the little pre-videos that me and Lance do when we're getting into our lefty costumes and stuff like
You
that.
see all the outtakes when we're
setting our
pissing
tech
ourselves.
up
So actually, do you know what?
in underground car parks and stuff.
I actually need to play a quick video, which should have been on the lineup. So let me just add it. Right.
This is Rise Above TV. We're
God.
undercover MI33 at an undisclosed UK location, infiltrating tonight.
Look at Andy PG's face. Look how serious he
It
is.
is, right? This is MI33.
Yeah.
This Saturday, catch us in Bournemouth Town Centre at Creams, 2 till 4. Safeguard Force, who are protecting the town centre, are going to be there doing a meet and greet with the public. And guess who's going to be there doing a counter-protest?
Stand up to racism and SWP. That's right, the socialist worker peasants.
We've infiltrated them before. We've doorstepped them before.
Pause it, Lance.
and
Can
we're
we
gonna be
pause
there.
it?
Yeah.
Look at the attention to detail. Look at our communist badges that on our chest.
Right, people that are watching, people in the comment section, if this is the first time you've ever seen us in disguise, give us some feedback in the comment section right now. Have you ever seen Michael and Darren before? Agent Michael and Agent Darren.
Michael doesn't even give his second name away in case you're a government agent. He never divulges.
Michael
that
never
information
gives away his
on,
family
on,
name.
on the first. Andy looks like Kevin and Perry go large.
We have been told we look like Kevin and Perry, but like Perry and Ali G.
Someone on social media said I look like Wurzel Gummidge. That was another one.
So this was actually
Lefty Wurzel. There we go in the comments section.
This was actually last Saturday that we did what we're talking about in the video. The previous week, we actually went out on our first unsuccessful MI33 mission, didn't we? We're not going to ruin anything now, but we had some intel that a certain group were going to be in a certain place in a certain city. We got there in disguise, ready to infiltrate, and the intel was bad. It was the wrong night. They got the information wrong on their own website. So
the intel was bad.
It was bad intel.
It was bad intel.
Here's the thing. When we do MI33 and this kind of work out in the real world, we can't always guarantee that we get the content. But a hungry fisherman casts many lines, Michael.
This is freelance, Ramesh, entrepreneur, like...
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so if you want to see the footage of us when we actually did go down to Bournemouth Town Centre to meet Safeguard Force and the meet and greet, that's actually coming out on Monday night.
I would argue that is another unsuccessful week because me and Lance we were actually going down as Rise Above to interview and see what was going on about Safeguard Force, but simultaneously we were running an undercover MI33 operation at the same time.
A pincer movement,
A pincer movement, actually, yeah, and that was unsuccessful. But
nevertheless, we have the footage. We've got 2 videos coming out 2 weeks in a row. You have to be on Patreon to see this stuff, guys. Not only is it really not suitable for YouTube, when it finally does get to YouTube, I have to cut out all the juicy bits to not incriminate ourselves.
Peasant hunting. Thank you, Baz.
Peasant hunting.
That was I couldn't get the words out of my mouth there.
Yes, absolutely.
Peasant hunting.
Okay, so Yeah.
But that's the nature of MI33. It doesn't always go to plan.
No.
Same as if you were working for some intelligence agency or something like that. You know?
No, we never know. We never know what's
You
going to
never know.
happen.
That's kind of half the fun.
It is half the fun. But remember, you got to be on Patreon to get this kind of stuff. It's the home of MI33. Scan the QR code now. Right, okay. So what else is worth mentioning? I've already told you that the brand new designs are on the website. The Cubist Word Mat T-shirt, the Way of the Rabbit T-shirt. These are the new designs that were previously only available at our events. So you need to get onto the website now. Let me just put a quick QR code up. Merch shop. These are the brand new designs. And also the most popular, fast-selling design of all time, Word to Your Nan.
I'm actually sporting one now.
This is available on the website right now in various different
People love this.
colourways. Yeah.
Even the police were interested.
Yeah.
When Kyle Ratkin, when he rocked up to the process, they went, what does that mean on your T-shirt?
What does Word to Your Nan actually mean? And he took great pleasure in telling them exactly what it meant. Okay, just checking some of the comments here. I'm conscious that this is customer services.
We've got 9 minutes, guys. We'll open the phone lines for you peasants.
Okay, right, so let's start off. I'll dive into Clown World this week. Let's start off the way that we mean to go on. Here. Oh, no. We don't need to go on to that yet. We've got a couple more things to do first. Right, so...
Careful, Michael.
No, I'm just jumping ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Right, can we activate the peasant cam? We've got the peasant cam
We
there.
will activate
I've got
the
a
peasant
fresh Sonics 2 terabyte hard drive right here. Look at the size of this beast. Here.
I'm just going to get rid of the Schwab code.
So you can see this is an absolute beast of a hard drive. It's 2 terabytes, and it is absolutely filled.
Mark Passio would like that.
Filled to the brim.
It's weighty.
With every piece of Ramesh material that's ever been made. Every live show, 160 live shows, all the midweek chats with Inner Guardians from back in the day, every recorded video we've ever made, every music video, every meme, every tune. In fact, the full Ramesh catalogue.
The full deal.
This is going out. Someone's already paid for this. It's £100 for 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
We sign it. I've got a black Sharpie marker pen right here, Michael. So each one is hand signed by myself and Andy PG.
Michael, what's this, sir? Watching from
Paphos.
Paphos,
Greece.
We've got a peasant from Paphos.
Can you sign
I
that?
will sign this.
Yeah. So remember, if you want to own Rise Above, if you want to be able to watch any piece of Rise Above ever without the internet, you want to own it forever. I even include free top-ups on the download. Signed by Double LMC and Andy PG.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
And we throw goodies in it as well. Like it comes with a certificate to show it's real Ramesh. You get a lanyard.
Should we throw a kimchi coin in there?
Yeah, why not? I will throw a kimchi coin in there as well. So, yeah, big shout. I won't name the person, but I think we're on number 8. We've sold 8 of those so far.
Nice.
So if you want number 9, email us, riseabovelivestream@gmail.com.
Whoever gets number 33 will get a surprise gift.
Oh,
from
absolutely,
the back
absolutely.
shelf.
You'll get when we get to number 33 hard drive.
We
you'll
might
get something off
we
the
might
shelf.
even come and deliver it to you personally.
Yeah, imagine that. Right. Okay, so we've done that. I think we need to get onto the other competition, the meme competition. First of all, we need to say well done to Baz. For this is actually meme of the week.
Just before we get into it, guys, there's 172 peasants tuned in.
That's not bad.
Share the live stream. Share it to your nan. I know she might be missing us if she's not registered to Peasantron. So share it around. Get people involved.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, like it on YouTube as well.
So obviously, the paedophile prince was sort of dethroned. Maybe it wasn't this week, all right. It was last week or something like that. Formerly known as Prince. Bazman smashed it with this.
He did. This was straight out the bag as well.
It was literally within 33 minutes of the announcement. Bazman dropped this. Very, very good. Okay. Now, right now, we're going to just pay homage because we all know how good Bazman is. He's already part of the team. He's already a Ramesh staple. 2 weeks ago, we put out this shout. Where is it? Competition. We are looking for meme artists. Send in your memes to riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. Apart from the first meme that was sent to us by Lucy of Lucy and Juicy, which we showed on the show, the proms meme, basically only one person sent us memes. But they didn't send us one meme. They sent us literally a plethora of memes. And I'm honestly going to say that these memes are spectacular.
Quiver.
An entire quiver of memes.
Quiver of memes.
Now, this guy on Twitter or X, he calls himself You've Been Nudged. We've shown his memes on the show before. I'm going to say straight away, you've been nudged. You won the competition, dude. You won the competition hands down. Let's have a look at some of the stuff that you sent us. I'm just going to change. We're just going to appreciate these. Okay.
Let me tell you. Unbelievable.
The attention to detail. The Jim will fix it badge on the fairing on the bike.
It's very good. Very good.
Very good. The match, everything about it is fantastic. Sometimes memes speak 1,000 words.
And everyone knows as well, if you know anything about UK politics, you know that Queer Stalin was kind of groomed or something. He had some involvement with Grandmaster Jimmy
There's
at
that
a young
accusation,
age.
isn't there? That photo. Some
There's the
people say it's
photograph.
not him, but it probably is. Let's face it.
It's him.
Okay.
It's been verified by AI that was him.
Prince Farewell Tour. On the Prince one, didn't smash it quite as hard as Bazman with this, but again, a very valiant effort. Crack Snort Down.
Actually, go back, Michael. He's actually Schwabbed Epstein onto Giuffre here. That's Prince Andrew in the photograph, and he Schwabbed Epstein onto it.
Fucking hell!
That's the picture of them in the hallway at the top of the
which should
stairs,
be Prince Andrew.
Which should be Prince Andrew.
Exactly.
And he Schwabbed Epstein onto it.
Not only is this guy thematically very powerful,
He's done that very well.
He's very clean. I'm going to say his face swabbing is up there with Messerschmitt.
You can tell, look, because it's Prince Andrew's sausage fingers.
Yeah. You
Obviously.
can see the genetic sausage fingers here. You remember Messerschmitt? Mm-hmm. Do you remember he had the best face morphing, yeah? I'm going to say this guy's up there.
Yeah, I'd say he's up there.
He's got the face morphing skills of Messerschmitt, but like the social commentary, just the power of like Auntie Koviat.
Yeah, the power of Auntie.
Yeah, listen, all you guys, you need to pull your socks up. There's a new kid on the block. He's called You've Been Nudged. Check this out. Crack Snort Down. That's nice. That's play on Black Hawk down.
Yeah.
I like that. This is good. It's an old staple.
Yeah. It's a classic.
But very politically powerful.
It's one for King of Sting.
This
and the Caravan Club.
This meme would have got you banned a couple of years ago.
100%. This is trendy as fuck now.
No, this is super trendy, completely acceptable.
You could have this as your profile picture now since Enkima bought X.
Absolutely. So big shout to You've Been Nudged. So I shared this one on Patreon today, and I think going forward, I'm going to ask You've Been Nudged if you really want to be part of the Rise Above team and you want some exposure from us guys. We're happy to support you.
Oh my God, look at this! It's like George Soros here in a cowboy hat.
Very well done.
We've got oil mining here.
It's like even the characters that he schwabbed out, he's put like a fucking cartoon outline on
Look
them.
at this. He's got the target of the Venezuelan drug trafficking boat that Trump took down.
Mate, it's so good.
In the bottom left. Very good.
You've Been Nudged. If you're watching, holler us in the comment section. I hope you're watching, mate. Yes, Andy Pandy 33. Genetic sausage fingers. Obviously, any member of the Saxe-Coburg-Gotha family has a genetic predisposition to the medical term known as sausage fingers.
As they get older, as they mature, the sausage comes out.
Well, it's like your ears. Your ears never stop growing. Neither do the sausage fingers. They just get more and more portly as the years go by.
Portly, not portly.
Portly fingers.
All right, Partridge.
I'm feeling very Partridge-esque tonight. Let's check some of these comments. Hector Flores. You always put a smile on. You always put a smile on me. Thanks. Stay strong, sister. Love you. Oh, then you're talking to Pamela Swan.
Okay.
I thought you were just complimenting the memes.
Right, guys. The phone lines will be open in 1 minute.
Yeah. We won't. I'll tell you what. I'll put
Get
the
your
phone numbers.
chit-chat ready.
I'll put the phone numbers back on the screen, and we'll just wait and see who calls.
We'll just wait and see. We're just going to go through the A team.
No, the AIDS team.
The AIDS team.
This is brilliant. Okay, yeah, here it is. WhatsApp the studio on 07983 696 691 or call the studio on 07404 883 292.
The phone lines are officially open.
Phone lines are officially open.
33 million people in Britain are mentally ill. No, they're not.
Got to be almost that many. Okay. The mRNA-inator.
Nice.
Oh, I think there's a film called The Animator.
Yes, yeah.
So this is the play on. It's very nice.
It's like an 80s horror, like
wow, this is powerful. So you know the No Kings
Yeah,
protest,
yeah,
where people that go to this protest, they don't like being ruled by kings or oligarchs, but they love left-wing billionaires.
Look at all the flags and signs he's put in the protest there.
Do you reckon he put those in, or were they just already there?
No, they've put them in. He's put them in.
It's hard to tell.
There's everything in there.
Have
Michael.
you got Soros, Bill Gates? Who's this on the right?
It's not. Is that Larry Fink? No,
It's not Larry Fink. Some of their ilk. Another great one from You've Been Nudged. This kind of shit is powerful. Very, very clear.
This is the kind of stuff that's not
This
too
is the
detailed.
kind of stuff that Elon Musk will share.
Yeah. Speaking of Enki Musk, did you see that he's just gone for some re-education in Israel this week?
No, I didn't. Okay, so we've got our first caller.
Good evening. You're live on Ramesh Radio.
Good evening, Ramesh Radio. It's Gary here. I've spoken to you guys before.
How's it going, Gary? Yeah,
How you doing, Gary? Good to hear from you, mate.
I'm pretty damn good, actually. By the way, I think you guys are looking really well. It must be all this outdoor stuff you've been doing in Bournemouth Gardens with the interviews and all that stuff.
We have been venturing out of
all
the
fresh
studio
air.
a lot more, mate. We have been out in the fresh air, I'm not going to lie.
I've got to say, that was awesome, by the way. You were talking to the general public about all that stuff. Actually, before I mention anything else, what was your general feeling about talking to the public? Do you think they're getting it, half getting it, not getting it?
They're mostly retarded.
Oh yeah, but I think we were actually pleasantly surprised.
We
we noticed a big difference between Bournemouth and Southampton.
Yeah, massively.
Really?
Well,
in what way?
Southampton is a lot more visually multiculti.
People in Bournemouth were a little bit more small town and a little bit more nutty.
Yeah.
But the people in Bournemouth, the regular people, seem to be a little bit less susceptible to bullshit.
Yeah.
The other people in Southampton were less susceptible to some things, but they were going along with the cult and other things. It was quite. I don't know how to explain it, but we noticed a difference, didn't we?
Massively.
Yeah, that's interesting. That. Yeah. What I was going to ask you actually is what I've noticed in the last couple of weeks is the amount of YouTube channels that have been revived, resorrected, or people have been allowed back on. What do you reckon that's all about?
Well, I think since Enki Musk bought X and just let everyone have free reign on free speech, the other social media platforms have got to kind of acquiesce a little bit to that. Otherwise, everyone's just going to go over to X, and because at the moment X has actually got a lesser following than Instagram or Facebook still, or TikTok. And they can't have everyone just going over to X with a free speech. I don't know if you've heard that Larry Ellison, the second richest man in the world,
the IDF's biggest funder,
IDF's biggest funder, a Jew, he's just bought TikTok essentially and a load of other media platforms, big ones in the United States. So they can't have can't have everyone just going over to X and have free speech. So the social media's kind of got to, rein it in a little bit with the censorship. Otherwise, it's just going to lose everyone. In my opinion, that's what I think's going on.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, Gary, because it's been a very widespread phenomenon that everyone's getting their channels back.
Nick Fuentes is going mainstream.
I told Mark Devlin, I said, Mark, try and get your channel back, and he was like, "Nah, mate,
he's back. Mark's back.
I know, and Mark, I'm gonna. Mark didn't give me any credit. I was the one that talked him into that. He was being really negative, saying I'm not going to get it back. I was like, Mark, listen to me. Everyone is getting their channels back. David Icke's got their channel back. We've got our Double LMC back. I said, have some faith, Mark. Go through the process. And lo and behold, he's got his 60,000 subscribers back. Now, we should probably be a bit cautious because Andy PG is sort of just giving you the official reason why this might have happened.
Yeah.
But I have heard Archaics was talking about this because he did his diss on David Icke this week, which we're going to talk about as well. He was saying that he thinks there might be something to do with what he's also noticed at the same time as all these channels come back is that there are loads of new channels popping up that are super duper pro-Israel and are getting right to the top of the feed and being shoved down everybody's throat. My wife was talking about it this week. She doesn't go on social media very much. She was noticing it. A few people have noticed it. So he wonders, this is Archaics, by the way, he wonders if some of these channels with hundreds of thousands of followers are going to come back, but they're going to be compromised, and they're going to now have a slightly different message that is now going to be pro-Israel. Because what Jason also said is, I can't remember what the name of this station was, But he named a channel that's got in between 50 to 100,000 followers that had previously been deleted, and when it came back, it was AI pretending to be the last content creator, almost convincingly, and altering the message to the 100,000 subscribers that think they're listening to the original creator. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So there could be some tinkering with AI, you think, on quite a few of them then?
Jason was also saying that some big people on X have made a post that was anti-Israel. When they look on their page, the post is as they posted it, anti-Israel. But when other people are viewing the post, it's been changed and it's pro-Israel. This is
Al Gore's all over it.
So it could be all I'm saying is I reckon be maybe cautious. I mean, you know, if an AI version of me and Andy appears on the Double LMC channel telling you to support Israel
and not calling everyone a retard,
yeah, then you know what's happened.
Yeah.
You know something bad has happened.
Just does that mean then cause with everyone getting the channels back, does that mean we don't have to say Britney Spears and Divic 91 and things like that?
The thing is, you're still going to get.
Is it the?
I think you're still going to. You're still going to get stuff like flags and strikes for like medical misinformation. So you don't really want to risk that.
But mate, my video that was called COVID 1984 and AIDS.
Did you just drop the C-bomb?
I did. We might as well test this out, haven't we? One of my original videos, which was 20 minutes long, talking about the link between COVID and AIDS.
Fuck it. If we get taken down, everyone's just going to have to get a peasant shop.
that was completely taken down. Obviously, I got a strike for it, and I think it was after that the channel got deleted. Well, not only is my channel back, that video is back. The Serco speech is back. So the actual videos that I got medical misinformation strikes for have been reinstated. I had to click on them individually to get them reinstated. I had to click the appeal button.
But my Pizzagate Chronicles Part 1 and 2 have not been reinstated. They're up for appeal. They're up for appeal.
I haven't checked recently. They might be back by now. Mark Devlin got everything back. So I don't see why not.
He said that. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, you know, you mentioned that Jason had called out David Icke in the last few days. I haven't heard it myself yet.
Should we talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it with Gary. We'll talk about it with Gary.
Yeah, I mean, just before, I mean, what's your take on David Icke? I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I love the information he provides, but I'm still not 100% sure about him.
Listen, I call him King David because for a reason. Yeah. I think if you look at what David Icke has done as a whole, as his entire body of work, the length of time he's been doing it, and how consistently right he's been about many things, I think he is the king of conspiracy theorists.
He's one of the original Wang halves.
We might not be sat here if I hadn't read my David Icke books back in 2004. Yeah, we might not be sat here. Do I agree with him on every subject? No. Do I think that maybe he has been allowed to do what he did, to be the official voice of crazy conspiracy theory people, to be ridiculed over the years, to maybe even discredit the message? Yeah, probably. But when I look at the body of what he's done, I can't take anything away from the man. I've met him. I've shook his hand. I've touched his hand like skin to skin. I've felt his heart.
He's not a hologram.
He's not a reptile. He's not a hologram.
He's real.
He's real. I've looked him in the eyes. I believe him to be a real human being. So, I mean, that's all really I can say. That out of all the dozens and maybe even hundreds of different subjects that he's covered in those books that I read, and I think I read 5 or 6, there's never 20 years later, I've reverse engineered all of those subjects, gone to the source material, tried to learn as much as I can, and I can't say he was wrong about any of it. You know, his interpretation might be different.
One thing though, there's one thing where he's sort of triggered doubt within me. Actually, it was. Do you remember in 2017 the Manchester Arena sale?
Yes.
The Ariana Grande gig.
Grand Aryan.
Yeah.
You clock that? That's what her name means. Grand Aryan.
Grand Aryan. David Icke actually endorsed the official version of events at the time, and I thought that's really odd. He basically, I can't remember his exact words. It's over 8.5 years ago, but it was just that he made several references to the bombing And obviously, no bomb went off. I mean, wasn't even a light bulb smashed in the arena. So
careful now, because there will be some people listening who will highly disagree with what you're saying. But let's just keep it respectful.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Let's just make sure it's keep it respectful.
Mate, I don't think we're going to get a strike for saying that a bomb didn't.
No. I'm not. I'm on about people's feelings. Yeah.
When do we ever care about?
Well, we don't want a load of people blowing up in the comments. We've already had somebody say just because I tasted forbidden meat when I was in Vietnam that they've...
Oh, because you said you ate dog.
Yeah,
someone meant
so I tried some dog on a stick in the street.
They said they'll never watch Rise Above again.
Yeah, so we need to be careful about people's feelings. Anyway, Gary,
Sorry,
go on.
What did it taste like, by the way, the dog on a stick?
Just like chicken. Like not particularly, like
Really?
It wasn't even that great. It wasn't nasty, it wasn't great, it was just like a chunk of meat on a stick.
Oh, fair enough. Just a couple more things then. I heard allegedly Dave recently. You've spoken to him, haven't you, Dave?
He appeared at our last event.
Yeah, he ruined it. Essentially.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He trashed it, did he?
He dropped a bomb. He dropped a bomb in a panel discussion that sort of derailed it a little bit. I'm not going to say he ruined it, but not everyone agreed with what he said. Some people did, some people didn't.
Not everyone agreed with the route that the whole fucking panel had to go down to follow.
He sent it off course a little bit.
People
the whole
in the
thing was derailed. Yeah.
Someone in the audience says, "If you don't stop talking about this, I'm going to leave."
So let's see. You were just talking about portly fingers.
Yeah. No.
Allegedly,
yeah. Go on.
Allegedly, Dave believes he's been unalive for several years. I mean, no one sort of challenged him when he said that. But what's your opinion on that? Do you think that's a possibility, or do you think sausage fingers?
Sausage fingers. I thought you were talking about David Kike.
I would say portly fingers. Sorry,
right,
I haven't really thought about whether sausage fingers could be an imposter. Personally, for me, that doesn't really fly because. Unless they found a clone with the same sausage fingers that he had before.
Yeah.
What I will say though is that the story that the Queen may have died in 2018, I'm actually fully behind.
Yeah, I think that could have been the case.
And the reason for that is after 2018, any time the Queen was seen in public, at least 50% of them were admittedly CGI or holograms. Yeah,
they were.
They were admittedly doing the Queen deep fakes. The carriage, when everyone went out to look at her in the carriage, they told us that was a hologram. So I think they were telling us that she had gone and she was just being kept alive, in the public eye for show. Is that the case with sausage fingers? No, but I would say something like I might say that he isn't actually the king at the moment. Or not that I follow the royal gossip stuff, but my missus does. She's interested in that kind of conspiracy theory stuff, and from what
Andrew's being scapegoated, isn't he, at the moment? Andrew's being scapegoated.
Yeah, and William has been referred to as King William by Trump a couple of times, and other people. Yeah. And he's referred to Kate as the Queen. Now, people think that's Trump being an idiot, but I think sometimes on the grand pantomime. Sometimes the fool reveals the truth. Yeah,
I think so. Just one last thing then before I clear the line for someone else. And this is I'm putting you on the spot here, guys.
No, I love it. No, we like it.
Digital ID, is it going to happen or are we going to avoid it?
I don't think it's going to happen. Yet.
Why do you think that?
Yet. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen in under Keir Starmer's regime.
I've got a feeling.
Why do you think that?
Because I think they put that out as a tester, because they did it with Tony Blair. He swung his fishing line out, and they didn't bite. And they've got exactly the same, if not more, kickback. Because more people are on the internet.
I tell you what. I tell you what. I can tell you, and I'll put this as a strong prediction that whatever happens. The idea of an all-encompassing digital ID being switched on at one time, that you need to access everything, that is not going to happen.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen all at once. That is impossible to pull off. So
why are you so confident about that? Why are you so confident?
Because of the nature of the inertia in our Western system at the moment. You could do that in China because those people had already been broken by communism and they're completely subservient. There's too much
Yeah.
inertia in our current way of doing things and too much kickback here. You're not allowed political dissent in China. If you
Effectively, the culture effectively.
You need to think as well, like if at the moment they need to, if the peasants revolt and there's riots all up and down the country, that there's not enough police or military to police that and calm it down.
Yeah.
No,
So
there isn't.
until they've got the AI robots everywhere, like, and you know, they're not going to be able. They still need to subdue the peasants. They can't. They need to pander them somewhat.
Let me finish my point. I said that I don't think it will be switched on ubiquitously, universally, i.e. we won't go from on to off to on and be like China. That's impossible. But like Ratis liaison officer is saying here, it's already here for some processes.
Yeah.
Your passport, my passport, if you have a digital biometric passport, which most people already do, the technology is already inside the passport. So what
and the peasants haven't got any control over having that, because your passport's 10 years? Yeah, so once your 10-year passport's gone, even if you haven't got one, you're going to have one.
The first things that will be implemented will be it will be implemented in tax with employers first, I believe.
Yeah.
I would honestly say, people, and people aren't going to like what I'm about to say, it could be incorporated into your passport without you having to consent anything, and literally the next time you go through a turnstile at an airport, you'll be using a digital ID, whether you like it or not, and without being told. That may already be happening.
The same as the iTech. When you come in through the app, they've got the iTech.
Yeah, because let's remember,
it's already there.
You don't need a chip for digital ID. You don't need a card for digital ID. Your meat suit is the ID. The meat suit is the ID, or your DNA. But they don't even need to take your DNA. The cameras are already sophisticated enough.
What Gary's referring to is when you won't be able to buy your groceries and stuff without.
Don't worry, Gary. Don't worry.
I was referring
if
to
we
that.
get there, I'm absolutely confident that there will be a thriving black market to cater for people that don't want to do that. We will. The society will split in two. When they try to do that, what you're going to have is basically if they try. They are going to try. They're definitely going to try. How successful it will be is another story. But I think our best option is number 4 on the Rockefeller lockstep, which is Smart Hack Future.
Yes.
Where lots of small groups of people are competing against a centralized dictatorship using hacking, using technology, and the centralized dictatorship doesn't actually have power over everyone because there are many different small decentralized groups of people.
Let's not forget, like, we're a small island. In places like Mexico and other, like, especially in the Middle East, some countries are like they're so vast and they've got like so many people scattered around that the state just leaves whole regions alone.
Yeah, here's something we need to remember as well.
They can't police everyone at all.
If you went to China right now and you went to the 2 or 3 mega city states that have fully implemented digital ID, where if you jaywalk, you lose some points. You do this, you lose some points. Those points will result in your internet being slowed down, you not being able to get on public transport. We all know the horror stories, right? I guarantee you go 50 kilometres outside of the city limits into the small towns and villages, and those digital IDs don't mean a shit.
They probably don't.
No, they don't. Of course they don't.
How far then do you think they're going to get with 15-minute cities?
I've said this before, though. Just one more thing on digital ID. Everyone needs to be a little bit careful, because I have said this on the show before, that when it gets to the stage where if the digital ID is in place, and everyone needs to pay attention to it, because even if you're not going to get thrown in the gulag at this point, if you can't leave the country by choice at some stage, then you're subjected to whatever they want to do to you, and you can't leave. So everyone needs to be a little bit careful that when they implement something, you need to make sure that you can still physically leave the country. Because if it does get too bad and you want to fuck off but you can't, that's when you're in serious trouble.
So going on to what you just said about 15-minute cities, Gary, I could honestly say that out of all the plans and the papers that have been published over the last 10 or 15 years, I've made my best effort to read all of them. So I have a good idea of how they will work logistically. And I think that the what I just said about a digital ID will be implemented in exactly the same way as the 15-minute city. So people that are choosing that, I'm going to comply with this, I'm going to live in a city, those will be 15-minute city zones all clumped together in these large cities.
And don't forget, guys, if you're subjected to government funding like UBI, then you'll have to be in that zone. They'll make you be in that zone.
And people that choose not to live in 15-minute cities and not have digital IDs will live elsewhere. But society will be split in two.
But don't forget, if you're in the 15-minute city and they've got geofencing, you might not be able to leave if you're not complying with it.
Well, no, you could just walk out. But the thing is, if you live outside the 15-minute city, you've refused to even use the digital ID that the government has issued you. When you go to one of those 15-minute cities, unless everything is done with biometric scanners that you don't have to have a piece of ID for, you won't be able to activate or access anything in the 15-minute city.
No.
You won't be able to do anything there, so you would have no reason to go there.
No.
And the same with the people from the 15-minute city.
Sorry to interrupt, though. I was going to say to you guys, it was very high profile approximately 3 years ago, but they don't seem to have taken it very much further in the last 3 years, which I'm quite encouraged by. I don't know what your perception of it is, but
we did a show.
It seems to me they haven't got very far with it.
We did a show trying to answer this exact question at some point last year. It was called How Far Lord Schwab. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, that's right.
And we looked at some of the plans that were in action. And again, these are all only happening in the big metropolitan cities, London, Manchester.
That show was a bit of a follow-on from one we did previously called The Tipping Point.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And basically, this 15-minute city living, you'll own nothing, you'll be happy living, is already available to people for a price in London and Manchester.
Your soul.
For these young, upwardly mobile people that want to not have to ever pay a bill again, not have to pay council tax, not have to worry about all these bills. They just pay one monthly subscription fee to their lifestyle provider, who provides them a working space, somewhere to live, pays all their bills from. That's already happening.
If you look at it as well, when people like Queer Starling are talking, you need to take note of what they're saying. When they're talking about building infrastructure, when they talk about building homes, they never say houses. They hardly ever say houses. They always talk about homes. Yeah, and if you look at what's being built, especially around student sort of demographics, it's all like communal living. You'll have you have a communal toilets on a floor. It's basically peasant pods. Like, but everyone at the moment's got their same room.
And let me just
got their individual room.
Let me also add something else to this as well. When we are talking about this and we're like concerned about 15-minute cities, digital ID, geofencing, you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. What you need to remember is there is a very good chance that none of that is actually meant for us, people of our age, of our demographic and our generation. There is a very good chance that all of that is actually meant for the reset population.
Which is to come.
It could be.
Which are already arrived here and are already living in such accommodations. Do you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the boatmen and the migrants. Think about it.
Yeah.
They're already living in their 15-minute cities. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
With their digital Soros card for one payment.
So if we carry on the current trajectory of just replacing everyone with the reset population, there's a very good chance that none of these plans are even meant for us because they know we won't accept them. They're for the people that will accept them by default because they have no agency. They've got no choice.
You think as well, when those peasants multiply in 20 years' time, 2 or 3 generations, they're just going to be like, that'll be normal to them.
Yeah, be totally
They
normal.
would have socially programmed their whole family.
A life of complete government dependency.
From 2 or 3 generations, they'd be like, yeah, it's great. You just live. The government just pays everything.
Interesting, guys. I'm going to leave you to it now because
great question, Gary.
Great to talk to you, by the way, again, guys. Fantastic show and great job in Bournemouth Gardens and on the beach and everything. Absolutely loved that.
Thank you very much.
Great to see.
We had great fun too, mate.
Great to see the peasants. Yeah, no, all the best. Lovely to talk to you, and you guys are looking great.
Thanks, Gary.
Word to you now.
You're sounding great. Take care, brother.
Bye-bye.
Well, Gary's kicked it off in excellent customer service fashion.
Ramesh style.
Yep, he always comes with the good talking points and the nice questions.
What have you got for me, Malachi?
So we've got some more memes. We're still paying homage, essentially, to the greatest memester of 2025, as far as I'm concerned, which is You've Been Nudged. Venezuela.
Wow, did you hear that, Baz?
So I said of 2025.
Yeah.
No one has put in more work in 2025 than this guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
he's been. He's winning the anti-Koviet T-shirt, which is hanging up behind us. Let's have a look at it. Come on, camera. What's going on with this camera?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Okay. So yeah, just behind me here, up there. Why can't I point to it? The Peasant Advisory T-shirt that is coming to you. You've been nudged. Mate, the restream has been really gay. Right, okay. Right,
Maybe it's your mouse.
Yeah, it could be the mouse. This one hasn't had champagne spilled in it.
It
very
was
recently.
baptised.
Baptised. Papers, please. So all these memes are super relevant to the conversation we've just had.
Raptised.
Have we got any sign-ups for Peasantron or anything like that?
No,
Just checking
nothing.
emails?
No.
Very slow night tonight. Wow, this one's good. This is a proper canon NPC meme. I've got my digital ID to protect others from Britney hesitancy. Very good. Digital ID, the surveillance state is coming. The way he's got Queer Starling on.
This is a Game of Thrones.
Yeah. That would actually be Jon Snow or Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Scene Bean.
Scene Bean.
That's what we call him. Right. So that was some. Yeah. So let's
Let's get into Safeguard.
Let's get into this. So you know that we've been supporting Safeguard Force, which is a group that's come under a lot of fire recently. They've had all kinds of horrible accusations.
I'm going to get up the live information dig that I did on Wednesday night.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's right.
What was that?
About the...
about Hope Not Hate.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I'm going to drop some Jewishness.
We've also spoke recently to Sukh Singh, who has been side by side with another group like this called The Shield. They've come under a lot of fire, especially from the truther community. All kinds of accusations about Chris Hargreaves, the leader. I'm starting to think they might have been bullshit. You know, I don't know Chris Hargreaves. Sukh Singh seems like a pretty diligent guy, and we know the kind of shit that Safeguard Force have been getting. So it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me
if a lot of it was clearly made up to discredit people. So Hope Not Hate, Hate's Not Hope, as I like to call them. They are definitely. Andy's got the receipts right here. This group, Hope Not Hate, is funded directly by Georgie Schwartz.
Yeah, it is.
By AKA George Soros. It's not. That's on a simple Google search. It's not a conspiracy theory. They've made this post, the rising anti-migrant vigilantism, and they've put like the worst offenders. So this guy here, Gavin Turpie from Aberdeen, Aberdeen Angus, Aberdeen Angus illegal migration. Fucking hell. Against illegal migration, not Aberdeen Angus. They've organised anti-migrant, anti-Aberdeen Angus demonstrations in the past few months. Right, so you've got a guy here holding a bat on these visuals. It looks really sinister. Now, Chris Hargreaves from The Shield is in this lineup. He's saying, this guy's a self-confessed violent man. I hate to say it, right? But when it comes to when something goes wrong, when you need someone to beat the door down to save you from bad guys, you actually need a violent man.
Yeah, you want someone Ramesh.
You want someone that's actually capable of serious violence.
Yeah, you don't want a pussy.
A man who is not capable of serious violence is not in a position to save people or protect people. You're just harmless. Anyway, this Chris Hargreaves guy, who's come under a lot of fire, he's on this lineup. We've got someone in the comment section here. Let's listen to what they're saying. That Chris Hargreaves guy is a con artist. I know this from good authority. Yeah, I've heard people say that as well, but I've never seen any evidence of him actually conning anyone. If this guy is a notorious con artist, you would expect many people to be coming out of the woodwork with receipts saying, here are the receipts where this guy conned me. So far, I haven't seen any, so I will reserve my judgment. Right? This is where it gets more sinister. Gary Bartlett, we've met this guy. He is the leader of Safeguard Force. He's been put in this lineup with Mark Payne. This guy actually does look like some sort of the leader of Nightwatch Division, Belfast. Not Aberdeen Angus. This is the Nightwatch Division. This guy looks like sort of like a right-wing nutter on the right here, Mark Payne. But PG, am I reaching here to say that Gary Bartlett should not be in the same category
No.
as this dude here? Yeah. So,
But that's the whole thing. They like a guilty by association, don't they?
so what have you found anything else about Hope Not Hate apart from it's funded by George Soros?
So it's funded by George Soros, and like things like Unison, they're big pledges to it as well. The CEO of Unison, or the head board member, whatever you want to call it, she was actually previously a member of the British Communist Party.
Oh right, okay, that's
Back in the
that's
80s.
good for your resume, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
So
wonder-
these are the people we're dealing with.
I wonder if that might affect some of her decision making. In fact, she's a communist.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. What's Ashley Young saying? If he's a self-confessed violent man, penciled, hesitate to come forward. Don't know what that means. Big shout out to everyone in the comments section. So we can see what's going on here.
It's a smear campaign.
It's a smear campaign.
Smear campaign.
They're this is slander, really.
And it's Jewish. It's Jewish slander.
You know, I honestly can't really stick up for Chris Hargreaves. I've never met the guy. I don't know anyone in S.H.I.E.L.D. We've only spoke to Suk Singh. But what I can do, I can stick up for Gary Bartlett. I can stick up for Safeguard Force and say that if these other people in this lineup are violent right wingers, Safeguard Force should certainly not be in that
You've
lineup.
got a call, Michael.
Right, we've got another call.
Good evening. You're live on Ramesh Radio.
Hello, mate.
How's it going?
Am I live?
Yes, you are.
You are live.
Oh,
Is this your first
Well,
time
still
calling
got-
the show?
it is, yeah.
What's your name?
Dave,
All right, Dave. Where are you from, Dave?
near Ilminster.
Near Ilminster.
Yeah, we met at your first gig. I only briefly said hello. We only stayed the first night because of a wet tent.
Oh, was
I
that was that Ratry in the woods?
Yeah, I was the large middle-aged man with a ponytail covering my bald spot with a little Chinese girl.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm pretty sure I remember you. This
We
is back in
briefly said hello.
2022.
before we-
Yep, 3 years
before
ago
we
now.
did one. Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah.
So, how long have you been watching the show, Dave?
Since I saw your Serco speech.
Holy shit! So you're a veteran, mate. You're a day one, week one,
Yeah,
original
I don't
Ramesh.
I don't do comments on that, but I've been watching quietly in the background.
So
Keep yourself occulted. Wise choice.
I've got to ask you, Dave. You've been in the background for 5 years watching Rise Above. What has made you call up tonight?
Well, as I said, the missus is Chinese, and I keep hearing you refer to China and this, what do you call it,
Social credit score, yeah.
social credit score. Well, the missus is Chinese, I said. I mean, I've been there a few times. We met when I was working out there, like years ago now, 16 years. I haven't been back myself since 2010, but none of her family have got a clue what any of that is. I know I heard you briefly mention it earlier that in the villages and that, but her family have a business in a big city called Suzhou.
Do you know what province? Do you know what province it's in?
I think it's Jingzhou, isn't it?
The last
Just a minute.
time I checked, when I was really digging into this, it
Just a
was
sec, I'll ask her. Hold on.
yeah.
You know, what province is Suzhou in?
Can you Google what provinces have current
Okay, remember. Anyway, it's about an hour and a half from Shanghai. So
What Chinese provinces have the social credit score? The last time I checked, when I was talking about this in speeches back in 2022, 23, there was 2 provinces where it was completely
One sec, Michael.
active.
Hi, Grok. Can you tell me which provinces in China have the social credit score
Jiangsu,
implemented,
she
please?
says. She says Jiangsu province.
That's where she's from.
Yeah. Well, her family's originally from a small
Can you
village,
tell me
like
which
most,
provinces in China have the
like
social
most
credit
people in
score
China.
implemented, please?
So they live in a city and they've never even heard of it.
They've got a business in Suzhou, which is a
isn't fully uniform nationwide yet. It's more like a patchwork of pilots and local versions rolled out in various provinces and cities. From what I know, by 2022, around 80% of provinces had some form of it in place, starting with early pilots in places like Zhejiang, which kicked off the corporate side. Jiangsu, think Nanjing and Suzhou. Fujian, Xiamen. Sichuan,
There you go.
Chengdu.
So-
Shandong, Weihai, Guangdong, Huizhou, and Zhejiang again, Wenzhou. Others like Henan,
They've just
Guizhou,
mentioned the province
and
that your missus is from.
Hainan
haven't
I heard
joined
it.
in with
Yeah,
their own plans too. It's evolved a lot, focusing more on businesses and compliance than a single score for everyone. If you want deets on a specific spot, hit me up.
Nice one, Croc. Word
Yeah.
to your nan.
So that makes me wonder the multiple testimonies from the Chinese people, like the journalists and stuff like that. Because we've even played the documentaries on here before.
Yeah.
You know, he said, you know, I've spoken out, I've written this article, and now I'm basically a pariah from society. I can't use any services. What are we being? Are we being had?
I'm not too sure. It's a bit more nuanced than just you got off this school. I mean, I've watched some of the videos online as well. Sunburn in Beijing and our old man's French, I think. And they're showing pictures of them jaywalking on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, I never saw that when I was there. But you don't get any points for that. It's just your pictures on the screen. So what? And then they show, a lot of them show this kind of generic picture of a train station camera, and there's a little square box around all the faces. And they said, they're tracking everyone. They know where everyone is. Well, you're supposed to be registered. You're supposed to be registered in a particular city in order for your kids to go to school there.
Yeah.
And other things like that. And they ain't got a fucking Scooby where half the people are. Like millions and millions of people, they haven't got a clue where they are. That's just for criminals. If you're a criminal and you're on record, your face is on record, then yeah, they will nick you. But it's a lot more nuanced than I hear on nearly every channel that kind of putting these views forward. You know, it's
that's very interesting.
None of her family got Scooby. I mean, she's got family in Suzhou, Shanghai, Nanjing, obviously her original village in Jingzhou province, and I think she's got some relatives up near Beijing as well, and none of them have even heard of it.
Wow.
Interesting.
So I just thought I'd let you know, because I haven't heard one single channel. Well, I have. There's a couple of Americans that work there that have done something on it, you know, businessmen and that. And they're saying, like, yeah, it's bullshit. So it's certainly a lot more nuanced than just, you've got a credit score, you can't get on a plane. I mean, admittedly, you can't speak out against the government. They won't have that. But they'll just, you know, they call it, in China, they call it going for afternoon tea with the police. Like the old Bill will call you, and you go around and have afternoon tea with the police, or that's how they phrase it anyway.
Right.
But it's nothing more than that. They're not banging people up. But I mean, they did come down pretty hard in COVID-19. But that's a different thing. You know, you see people getting welded up on their flats. I think that was just one crazy mayor in one city somewhere. And, you know, but it's sensationalist, isn't it?
Well, you know,
So
crazy stuff was happening to people in this country.
Yeah, but that might have just been propaganda for the West.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same as when we saw the pictures of the
you know,
dead bodies.
when we're watching these videos, like you've just said, where people are walking over the street and their faces coming up on the screen and they're saying this and that, we could be watching essentially like not just Chinese propaganda. We could be watching like almost advert videos where they're pitching this to like the Chinese government. This is how great the social credit score could be, and we're watching it thinking that that's already happening.
Quite possibly, mate. Yeah.
Well,
But
thank you for bringing that to the table.
It's a lot more nuanced than everybody that I've seen, and I've done my 10,000 hours. I can assure you.
We
and
did
I don't hear
have,
it.
we did have somebody tuned in from China in the comments once.
Yeah, that's
true,
true.
didn't we? So their tech can't be that
You
solid.
think, how the fuck would someone in China be able to access
Yeah.
Rise Above? You know, this is shadow banned even in the UK.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess I'd have to use a VPN or whatever it is.
At the end of the day, I'm sure there are Chinese hackers that know how to get around the Communist Party. Yeah. I'm sure it's not that
and all this, you've got to use your phone for everything, and you can't pay cash. Well, the missus went home and she didn't. Her Chinese credit card wasn't working anymore because it's a few years since she's been back, and she used cash everywhere. So more bollocks, really.
So she doesn't have WeChat.
She does, yeah.
So it's not true that basically you have to have WeChat to survive. You can survive there by paying cash for stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've watched I've watched detailed videos on YouTube about these like sort of like dark travel videos where Chinese nationals have gone back after like 10, 15 years and found out because they haven't got WeChat, they basically can't do anything.
That might just be in certain areas, though.
It could
Oh,
be.
just check.
China's
You didn't use
fucking
WeChat,
huge.
did
Do
you?
you know what I mean? That might just
You used cash,
there,
didn't you?
there are whole places in like cities in China where it's all digital. So that might be something like that.
Well, mate, if you go to London, it's difficult to pay in cash in
yeah.
central
So
London.
like,
They're super technologically advanced. I mean, like I said, the last time I was there was 2010, and I was staying in a fancy hotel in Suzhou when I was working there. And underneath me, they were building a complete underground for Suzhou while I was there. And no matter which way you look at the hotel, there's cranes building roads, railway networks. I mean, they are super, super advanced. 10, 20, 30 years ahead of us here.
Easily, if not 50. They're 3D printing roads and buildings there.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually
3D printing roads.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah.
You see all the shit about China, but over here, 30 people a day are getting banged up for doing a tweet. You know.
Well, I was looking at the figures today, right, and I've seen the chart of how many people are arrested, arrest rates by country for things posted on the internet. Not only is the UK top of the list, the UK, the number is 12,000 people. The number in Russia, which we were all told is a suppressive state, it was like 300 or 400. So not only are our numbers, 20 times higher, without even adjusting for population. How many people live in Russia? Can you Google that, please?
Yeah, mate.
So let's say there's 66 million people in the UK, right? And 12,000 of those, let's say it's last year, 12,000 people got arrested for saying things on the internet. In Russia, how many people?
143.5 million, Michael.
So that's 2.5 times more people, give or take. So then
this country's just fucking radio now, mate, isn't it?
That's by design, though. Everyone
crazy.
needs to calm down and realise it's by design. Don't let it absorb
And
you.
also, I was like, North Korea was on the list. I believe North Korea was roughly the same number as Russia. You could argue that the reason that no one's getting locked up in North Korea for saying things on the internet is because most people don't have internet access, and no one's stupid enough to say anything bad about Kim Jong-un on the internet.
Everyone gives Kim Jong-un shit. He's the only motherfucker who hasn't started a war or bombed anyone this year.
I've always given props to King Jong-un.
Like Putin, everyone in the West, the United Nations, Israel, fucking Iran, all the hostile countries that we always hear about. He's the only one who's just been like chilling.
So let's
you're forgetting Trump's brought peace to us all.
Oh, Trump can fuck off. Trump can fuck off.
Which of these wars he's on about that he's actually stopped then? I'm trying to think of one.
All you got to do is go and listen to what Trump was saying in 2015, 2016, and listen to what he's saying now. It's just completely different.
You're absolutely right, Dave. He hasn't really stopped anything.
No, has he fucked?
He says he stopped the Israel war.
Israel are doing airstrikes.
They're still airstriking people every day. He said I'm stopping Ukraine and Russia. That hasn't happened yet either.
No, he said he'd stopped that in the first day he was in office. Not a chance.
I'm sure.
And other countries that you can't even pronounce.
Yeah. But I just want to rewind a bit, right, because I'm really glad that you've brought this piece of first-hand Ramish information to the table. Someone actually from China.
Chinese intel, Michael.
We've got some Chinese intel. So let's go back to what the last caller was saying, that if they try to implement digital ID, what's going to happen? Well, even in China, where they're running numerous schemes, pilots, and let's face it, if you're one of those top tech people working at government level in the capital city, you might be one of those people that's on the trial for the social credit score. But
that's the jobs that everybody wants, mate.
Yeah, and that's
government
part
jobs. It's a real big deal if you've got a government job out there.
So if we're going to say that we're moving to be more like China, then we've probably really got nothing to worry about, because in Southeast Asia, in those countries, the black market is massive. If they came with the biggest, harshest totalitarian rule, all those Southeast Asian people are going to do. They're so fucking ingenuitive. They've got so much ingenuity over there. They will just think of 100 different ways to beat the system and to create a black market. That's why I love the grassroots corruption. that everyone can access in Southeast Asia. It's so fair
for sure.
because everyone with a couple of bills in their pocket can access it. You know, and people say those countries are well corrupt. No, they're not. They're no more corrupt than these countries here.
Not compared to us.
The difference here, we just have super elite corruption that's completely inaccessible by the average person. In this country, if you commit a crime in the street and a policeman arrests you, even if you've got £500,000 in your pocket, you can't hand over that money and bribe that policeman.
They'll just half inch it anyway, mate, won't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But
in Thailand, you could. Right, anyway.
Yeah, in Thailand, I know. I spent a bit of time out that way, mate, so yeah, I know.
Yeah. If you live in Thailand, you've always got to have 10 grand in your bank at all times, just in case something really bad happens, because that's the price to get you out of it.
That's all right, mate.
Dave, I want to say thank you very much for coming out of the shadows.
Yeah, my pleasure, mate.
Big
Yeah,
shout
awesome
to you
talking to you,
for
mate.
supporting us for so long. I'll tell you what, Dave, send me an email, mate, and I'll send you a T-shirt.
Oh, nice one.
Right, that's on me.
Cheers, guys. Word to your nan.
Word to your nan.
Word to your nan.
Nice one, Dave. Wicked
Nice
caller.
one, Dave.
Nice one, Dave. Right. We've actually got to make sure that we get through this Schwab show tonight, because when we do customer services, this always happens. Right, let's get spicy. Let's start talking about the Holy War. We've obviously had a big incident in the UK. It happened last week. A mass
knifing.
A mass stabathon.
Stabathon, yeah.
So where should we start with this? Andy PG pointed this out. The police chief that made the announcement, the official announcement about the railway stabathon. What's his name, PG?
John Lovelace.
So Jason Archaics told us that the second seal of the apocalypse is broken, basically. This is when peace is going to be taken from the earth. This is from the book of Revelation.
If this wasn't deliberate, they couldn't have found anyone else with a better name than Lovelace to announce the update for a very recent terrorist mass stabathon.
Now, obviously, the identity, both ethnically, racially, and religiously, of these perpetrators was instantly the biggest subject on the table, because that's the time we're living in.
Yeah.
There was no getting away from that. And straight away, look what it says here: two Britons in custody. Now, obviously, whenever anything like this happens now, the first thing everyone does is going to go,
a Briton?
it's going to be a Mohammed, it's going to be someone of Islamic persuasion.
Shouting Alan Snack Bar.
Yeah, that was what everyone was saying. It turns out that it was two black guys with English-sounding names. One's called like John Smith or something like that. Yeah. The other one is West Indian. So, we're just laying out some of the facts of this. It's obviously a grand soil.
One of them was from Caribbean descent. They said.
Yeah, that's what they said. Caribbean descent doesn't mean
that's
they
what
can't.
John Lovelace said.
Doesn't mean they didn't shout Alan Snack Bar.
No.
We don't know that. Sorry, let me make this big again, right? Because we need to break this shit down. Let's hold the calls while we're just going through this, because I don't want to get too distracted, because obviously this is quite important and it's sensitive. Just throwing a few things here, just a few little rabbit-shaped ideas to put on the Barbie.
Rabbit-shaped.
Right. Ricky Gervais, and I'm sure this advert, which he got in trouble for, I don't even know if this actually went in a tube station or it's just a picture on X that he posted.
He's been talking about his ads being taken down.
Okay,
I think
so
it's
let's
legit.
assume that this actually went in a tube station, this ad on the left here, on the far left. Welcome to London. Don't forget your stab vest. Is this his own vodka?
No, I'm not sure if it's his own. No, he
he's-
promotes it, yeah.
He's been paid to be funny on these
I
adverts.
see his adverts on social media. He has a polo neck on.
Am I reaching to say there is something uncannily ironic about Ricky Gervais putting this ad out a week before the largest mass stabbing on a train ever happened in England?
Well,
okay. So what's going to be the solution?
I like the advert.
I think
It's
it's
informative.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to know about it, and it's very relevant.
It's funny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
as well,
relevant.
but-
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I wouldn't feel comfortable getting on a train in London without wearing a stab vest nowadays.
I wouldn't be getting on any train.
wouldn't do it. I
I
just
saw
fucking
I
wouldn't
can't
do
remember.
it.
It was some dipshit politician post getting on with life, getting the train into London to work the next day after this.
It's bad enough even if you don't get stabbed.
It was a Labour politician. People
course it
share
was.
I couldn't read it.
So, obviously, maybe a bit of holographic.
He's all in black as well.
Quipophic dark foreshadowing.
Well,
bit of quipophic foreshadowing, maybe.
One could make that.
Let's move on to the centre section, PG. What does it say?
Can we make the rail network safe from knives? The stabbing in Doncaster to London Express is a reminder that our rail network is vulnerable and people carrying weapons like knives. There is no airline-style security at railway stations, and there are very rarely police.
Never miss an opportunity to exploit a fucking disaster.
I said to Lance, maybe we should invest in it's called a knife arch. It's a tech that's specifically you have to walk through it, that you can maneuver it around and move it, but you can have like stationary ones. You walk through it and it detects if you've got a blade. It doesn't matter if it's made of metal or whatever. It just detects knives specifically. And I said, fuck it, should we just start investing in whichever company is like the biggest, and just start doing that just to make some coin?
Caliente.
Yeah. Because like, look what happened after 9/11. Now that was whoever had that tech ready was,
So basically, we all know what they want. You want TSA-style agents.
I saw as well.
You want Israel checkpoints everywhere.
Other politicians were calling for there should be every plane now and every train in the UK should have like an American air marshal style undercover person who's armed on every plane and every train.
I remember. We have a family friend who is special forces. He's now an author and a writer. He's wrote quite a famous book called First Into Action. It's a bit like Andy McNabb, but for the SBS. He's one of my dad's friends.
Yeah.
And I remember him after 9/11 at my house talking about this, because he was saying about, air marshals and how every, that we have to have them on every flight. And he was
literally every flight, even a domestic flight in America.
They have them in America already. We don't have them in this country. But a secret armed person on every flight.
They're normally sitting in like the places with the extra leg room and that everywhere. And
we've got something from Baz.
We've
got something.
Oh, I've got one directly in real time.
It's all going. Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's get some buttons ready. Holy shit! This is an epic show already. Are you ready for what Baz has just sent us? Let me make that big, fucking holy potato. Goy George. What?
Goy George.
Bazman, amazing.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
So, let's just get rid of that. Fantastic work. Well done, Baz.
Oh, Baz has just sent me an image of this. Was what was put out by the Securati CCTV image of the dude.
Send it over on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. This is very interesting.
So we got a picture of the.
I saw this picture.
Guy.
I saw this picture, but there's everyone will have probably seen this picture.
People are saying he's got Al Gore hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's have a look.
That's what Baz is pointing out.
All I know is
there. I've sent it on Zuckerfuck's network.
It's not. This is not good. It's not good for race relations in this country.
He's got two left hands.
Wait a minute. I'm just trying to look at these hands here.
He's got two left hands. It is two left hands.
Doesn't look right. Something looks right. What are we saying? Comment section. Does
his thumbs on the outs like it's.
He looks like he's got mangled fingers.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. So, these assailants, are we going to claim it's mental illness when there's two of them? That's the first thing I'm going to say.
I think there was only one. The other one got released the next day.
So maybe he wasn't anything to
No,
do.
the other one was nothing to do with it.
Right, okay, so it's just one guy.
Yeah.
Because also it's come out that this guy was involved in two other stabbings. He went into a barber shop, went in, scared everyone, waving a knife around. They reported it to the police. The police obviously didn't do anything.
They came and took a report, and then, but earlier, on the night before, the Friday night, he fucking stabbed some, or like
14-year-old boy,
facial lacerations. They said.
So I mean, look. Let's be honest. If this is genuinely some fucking random nutter that's gone crazy and started stabbing everyone, that it's not impossible that that's true. It's not impossible that that's true. But what are the chances that that's going to happen at literally the opportune moment when we've got all of this other shit on the table? Digital ID, the fucking race relations in the UK but in an all-time shitty low. We're on the verge of a fucking holy war. Boatmen hotels.
Civil war.
Civil war. We've got fucking Grant Mitchell podcast. Tommy Rabbistein. All of this going on. And then you've got one black guy stabbing 10 people in a train. All I know is if I was a black or an Asian person, just a regular English black or Asian person in this country at the moment, I would be absolutely pissed off with what's going on in the media. Because it's gone from a state where everyone's been told to not be racist to where it's like they're giving you so much fucking fuel every day, peasant bait every day. So it's just not good. This is a very, very sad state of affairs. I'm leaning towards the fact that this guy is been activated, some sort of MK Ultra or something. Whether he shouted Alan Snack Bar or not, and we'll go on to that next, he definitely shouted "kill me" when the police had him at gunpoint on the floor. So there's definitely some martyrdom built into this operation. Because there is this phenomenon in America, which I'm sure you've heard of, called death by cop.
Yeah.
Where people decide they want to die.
Where you know to do a movement where the cops then going to react.
Fuck it, I hate the world, I want to die.
You like reach into your pocket like you've got a gun.
I'll take some people with me. Apparently this guy was screaming "kill me" to the police when they had him on the floor. They didn't kill him. What's this one saying?
But then apparently he's Al Gore.
But apparently it's fake. A former Met Police chief, superintendent and hostage negotiator on how to keep yourself and loved ones safe in the event of a marauding knife attack. 3 things you must do in the event of an attack like Huntington's train stabbing. Now, let's put this on the table.
We've got people in the chat here. Ashley Stoll saying it was all fake.
I was about to say, I know
we've
some
got
people
Lord
are going to say it was all
Dubesworth saying or just fake.
I understand why people think it is all fake, and I certainly think that some. I'm not saying it's not fake, by the way, because I honestly don't know. Until I've seen like enough evidence. I always use my intuition, which generally serves me pretty well.
It's like the Ariana Grande incident. My missus knows people whose like kids died. People died. So whether there was people saying that was fake and didn't happen, but people still died.
I always think it's a grey area. I always think it's somewhere in the middle. That you can have elements with even crisis actors, even fucking amputees with fake legs blown off and stuff like that, but people still get killed.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, none of us really know, but I think it's dangerous to jump to the conclusion that everything is fake. The same as it's dangerous to jump to the conclusion that everything's real.
It's important to note as well. Sorry, Lance, I just trod on your slipper there.
I'm just looking at the comments, seeing what people are saying.
You can't think that like all the police know about this and like all the dark occultists are all in on this. This might be a very small faction of people trying to sway.
And also, by the way, everyone that's saying it's fake in the comment section, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, I'm playing ultimate devil's advocate here, yeah? Are we to
Peasant's advocate.
Peasant's advocate. Are we to suggest that there aren't dangerous people in this country that shouldn't be here, that want to stab people? Are we suggesting that's all fake too? Are we suggesting that all the angry, hostile men in the hotels, that's all fake? Because I'd love someone to try and tell me that that's all fake, that there aren't really hundreds of really hostile young men that hate the West and are very aggressive and dangerous in those hotels. I'd love someone to try and tell me that that's not real, because I've been there and seen it with my own eyes. So please, no one shoot me down in flames for being slightly dubious about the gang that say everything is fake. Because no disrespect to anyone, in my experience, some people that are of that persuasion do get a bit complacent and lazy and think that, okay, we live in a fake Schwabian clan world. Let us just
ignore everything because everything's fake.
Everything is fake. I think that is actually really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Give me some feedback in the comments. Is
or ring in and talk to us about it.
Let's get this one on someone on the line. Let's have this discussion. Is it dangerous to assume that everything is fake? Are me and Andy getting pulled into some of these narratives too
fake?
much? Are we? Yeah. Am
I a hologram?
Yeah, because if you're assuming that everything that's on the screen is fake, are we faking actors as well? Let's have a chat about this. Someone call in.
I've shook people's hand at our event. I'm here, man.
But look at all these lights and all our flashing
Oh,
lights.
maybe,
Look how professional this Andy PG.
yeah,
We
it is.
must be shills.
Very well funded.
Who
Very
pays for
well
all
funded.
this?
Yeah, who
you
pays
guys
for this?
did. You guys did with your support.
You
and
sent
your
us all your
Patreon.
shekels.
Yeah, but when you bought your T-shirt, this is what it paid for.
Yeah.
Not Rupert Murdoch, Michael.
Speaking of which, guys,
Right.
just buy a Word to Your Nan T-shirt.
Yeah.
Go on the website. I'm going to put the Schwab code up here.
We're going to have a short
Swipe
break.
it.
We're halfway through the show.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a little break. Buy some merch in the break. If you buy some merch in the break, we're going to send you a kimchi coin.
Right.
We're going to do that for free, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget, anyone that signs up to Patreon also gets a kimchi coin.
Shout out to Milwana.
Easy, gays. Hello, Milwana.
Terror Drive 33.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
That was who had the Terror Drive 33, I think.
No, it's not.
No?
No, it's not. Oh, right. He wants Terror Drive 33. Right. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Word to your nan.
So the spirits come along and they say to me, you have to go into the jungle and you're going to drink ayahuasca. So I went into the jungle, I found a shaman, and I drank ayahuasca. And during that first ceremony, I found my apprenticeship.
As we tear down Babylon, brick by brick, piece by piece, burst them to smithereens. Over beats, double L, see?
I came to this jungle looking for the shaman, to learn knowledge, to get trained. I got questions, need explaining. Who manifests these spells we are making? We talk for days, the words were spoken. The third eye's wide open. My 7 chakras awoken. Then the Babylon spell got broken. Come to the jungle, now I'm the shaman. Draw for the power of thunder, raven. It's no Mortal Kombat. I won't draw for souls, I'm not on that. Why? The vibration's high. Can't test I and I speak to the Buddha and Rastafari. When we chat to the prophet, it's all no lie.
With the shame I smoke with the Rasta, learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They go stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer. With the shame I smoke with the Rasta, learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They go stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer.
Deep in the jungle, knees in the dirt, next to the tribal leader. Speaking the words of the healer, I'm feeding the words. Seeking the teacher vine, mimosa creeper, M-A-O-I inhibitor. Elio vine can't mimic us, sacred mixtures boiled in vinegar. Recipe taught by ancient visitors. Feet on the ground, I feel like I'm slipping away. When my eyes look through to the clearing, the sun beats down and my face is burning. What's that in my peripheral hearing? Ingesting the chemical gateway, exiting the physical plane, inspecting the neural pathway, assessing the spiritual pain.
With the shame I smoke with the Rasta, learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They go stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer. With the shame I smoke with the Rasta, learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They go stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer.
Now, it's no joke to drink ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, alright, Boga. One dose, game over. Heart of the forest, chilling with the elders, learning customs of ancient cultures. Shamanic technology. We fulfill the prophecy. No words describe this logically. Close both eyes, you might see properly. Wait, can you feel it? Hold it in before you release it. You got the key to revealing the secret. They tried hard to conceal it. Wait. How you feeling? Is it illusion? Is it the real thing? Seeing isn't always believing, hallucinating or lucid dreaming.
With the shame I smoke with the Rasta, learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They go stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer. With the shame I smoke with the Rasta, learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They go stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer.
One, two, boom, we're back.
6 million.
Rise above, generate, rise above.
Me and Andy PG were just discussing our next move against the Socialist Workers' Party,
Yeah.
weren't we?
Shout out to Gareth.
It's going to be.
We're coming for you, Gareth.
It's going to be face to face. We're not going to be in disguise.
Face to
We're going to
face.
confront you, but you won't see us coming. Right, I'm really enjoying this show so far. So we are.
Maybe we should dress up as Gareth and as Michael and Darren and go and confront them with the Rise Above like microphones. And everything.
That would really
be like,
confuse
remember us, dipshit. No, we're just joking.
Big shout to the Socialist Workers' Party and Bend Over for Communism. Right, so
Socialist workers, peasants.
We were talking about this event from last week, which most people in the comments section think is fake and gay. I'm not really sure, but what I like to do with an event like this is not spend too much time arguing about whether it was real, semi-real,
Lance, just say
slightly bisexual.
say the studio number out loud. Just read it out loud.
If you're going to call us on a regular phone, the studio number is 07404 883 292. Call us at Rise Above TV 07484 883 292. If you're going to use WhatsApp,
clearly racist.
If you're going to use WhatsApp, it's 07983 696 691. If you're going to call us, it's 07404 883 292. Michael. Right. So here's where it gets a bit juicy. Because what I was saying is, I don't like to argue too much about whether it was real, semi-real, completely gay, bisexual, or pansexual. Or fake, or what?
Or trans retarded.
Or trans retarded. What I like to do is just look at the evidence and just try and form some sort of like Michael hypothesis or something.
Michael hypothesis.
Listen,
Wow.
I'm going to stick my foot far right up your ass.
Write that one on the Schwaber's board, Michael.
Yes, Michael hypothesis.
A Michael hypothesis. That's going to feature in the Ralphabet update.
Let me form my Michael hypothesis about this. So, the police rehearsed a knife attack scenario.
Write Cube Angelicals on there, just so we don't forget that one needs to go in there as well. Oh, I like it you spell it with a Q.
Yeah?
Yeah, for Quip-Off.
Quip-Off.
Yeah.
Cubosphere.
Quip-Offic.
Quip-Offic. Oh. Right, so...
Far right.
Far right. For all of you people that think this is fake and gay, the police rehearsed a knife attack scenario on a train line in March. Here's what went differently this time. So not only did they rehearse a train attack on a knife attack on a train, it was even on the same line and it was going past Huntingdon. So, a rehearsal in March, and then a real thing in November. How many weeks is there in between these two dates? Let me just get rid of this. Hold on. Michael Jackson.
You know it's coming, guys. You know it's coming.
Now, Chris Hancock. Police held an emergency exercise.
Hancock, you say?
Yes. Involving a knife attack on a train in March this year, south of Peterborough, near Huntingdon. 33 weeks later, we get a knife attack on a train travelling south of Peterborough, near Huntingdon. 33.
There's nothing like the smell of toasted rabbit in the morning.
British Transport Police hold an emergency exercise for press officers in March, which ironically involved a stabbing on a train travelling south near Huntingdon.
It's just got Event 201 written all over it.
Now, I searched high and low for the actual date of the drill in March. I couldn't find it. I did the 33-week plotter. It took it back to the 15th of March. That's 33 weeks. Now, what was very strange is when I was searching this originally, some of the reports were saying the drill was in March 2024, which is obviously not 33 weeks. It's going to be a lot longer.
Ooh,
Just go to
controversial comment here, Michael.
Go on.
Who gives a fuck if it was real or not? This was a huge psyop, no doubt.
I'm down with this comment, Mr. Sister.
Okay, there we go.
That's actually where I'm at. This is a huge psyop, no doubt. No matter which way you look at it, it's not important. People hate it when I say this, especially Mike JJ, who's one of. I respect Mike. He's a good researcher. He's in the everything is fake crowd. When I say to him, mate, I hate to say this to you, at an operational, at a thematic, at a results level, doesn't matter a shit if it was real or fake. He said, how can you say that? If everyone knew it was fake, it wouldn't happen. I said, yeah, but the reason it works is because most people don't care. and they'll never look. And so the
doesn't-
result is always the same.
It doesn't matter if it works. Look, everyone can clearly see 9/11 was bullshit, right? And it's
Not
still,
everyone.
They got but it doesn't. The majority of people can now.
The
if you
Twin
look back
Towers came down.
Exactly, and
They're
so
not there anymore.
It's irrelevant.
That's one thing that everyone
people
can agree on.
died. Same as this stabbing here. It might have been a sleeper cell, whatever. There might have been some actors.
No, but Andy PG, people in the comment section definitely think that no one got stabbed. I'm not saying, again, I can't say whether that's definitely true or not, but I think it is short-sighted.
So are they
assume-
then saying that the Ukrainian chick on the was it in New York?
Yeah, we covered it.
On the New York City line.
That Ukrainian chick
She
already
got
died in
stabbed.
Ukraine as well. That was fake too.
That was fake too.
We watched the video.
So did somebody die? Was that an actor? Was somebody sacrificed? Was it? Here we go. Look, this is just going to go mental in the comments.
Let me go on to the next one. Right, this is where it gets more interesting. So, when I was searching for this March 2024 date,
Guys, you can ring in and talk to us about this.
we are now discussing
The lines are open.
how fake and gay the peasant verse is and how we deal with it. This is what we're discussing right now. When I first found that this drill was in March 2024, I should have fucking screenshotted it. I didn't. When I look back, everywhere on the internet, this is one day later, said no, the drill was in March 2025. And then I was Googling it, it said, but on the 6th of March 2024 at Goodison Park, there was a drill, but this is before the Southport stabbing. So the Southport stabbing had a similar drill the March before, not 33 weeks, because that one was in July.
Chain.
And then all these other screenshots started popping up when I was researching this. Lee Rigby, Operation Strong Tower. A month before the attack, London and surrounding areas, a counter-terrorism exercise focused on responding to complex attacks involving armed suspects, including knife attacks, public area incidents. So, yes, there was a 9/11 style drill. There was an event 201 before this. I would say that still doesn't prove to me that nobody got stabbed. Where I'm coming from is this could be a completely, from start to finish, orchestrated, planned incident, and people could have still got stabbed. Let's take a call.
Good evening. You're live on Ramesh Radio.
Welcome to Rise Above. Who's there?
Hello, it's Robert.
Hi, Robert. Have you called in before?
Well, only once before.
I thought I
rang
recognised
in
your voice.
after the,
Welcome back, mate.
the first weekend, this year in March when we came down to Bournemouth.
Yes. Sheep Farm and Mark Devlin weekender.
Yes, that's the one, yes. Yeah, that's the one.
So what are your thoughts on what we're talking about at the moment, mate?
Well, I agree with you. It doesn't really. It's going to serve a purpose, whether it's real or fake. And obviously, some of them are real and some of them are fake.
Yeah.
So, what I would say is, when I've looked at quite a lot of these things, over the last few years, I'd say some of them are really obviously fake.
Sure.
Richard D. Hall's done a lot of good work on a lot of these things, showing a lot of pictures, a lot of CCTV. I know the Manchester one's a little bit controversial, but where the bomb's supposed to have gone off, there's not a lot of damage in that room.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
I'm not saying that the details weren't what was sold to the peasants.
Well, you're
as the
right,
narrative
people could have
wasn't.
died, yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I personally know that people did die.
Just to interject, I think the best example of one that was definitely fake, where it's likely that no one got hurt or died, is that Boston bombing, the one with the marathon.
Yeah.
Where they clearly
Yes.
had the guy that was the double amputee crisis actor with the fake legs blown off. They clearly had a
Yes.
small rubbish pressure cooker bomb go off near, and there clearly was no real explosion. It was just a fireworks show. That is, for me, that's the best example of one that I've seen enough evidence to say that was definitely fake. That was pyrotechnics, crisis actors, media hype. No one actually got hurt. But with a lot of the other ones, including Manchester, I always sit in the middle. That, it does, just because it doesn't happen as described, it doesn't mean that some people weren't oft in a ritual or a human sacrifice, or just to make up the numbers.
Yeah, as well. Another example of that is, I mean, I used to, like a lot of people say, like what's happening in Ukraine and Russia is complete BS, which it is to a large degree. But somebody I know, well, one of my mum's friends, her daughter's son got recruited and went over to the Ukraine, and he's now dead. He was only 18. He went to go fight, and he got taken out by a drone. And if I would have said that was absolute, rubbish. If I wouldn't actually have known the family. So obviously a certain amount of it is true, but then it can be used to make it a much wider picture. That one person. So yeah, I just don't. I think you're right in what you said at the beginning, where it just serves a purpose. So if it's true, they use it, or sometimes they just completely make something up. Because I think they can control it more if it's obviously.
Oh, I've just thought of something.
7-7, for example. 7-7 doesn't. People died in that, I assume, as well. But there's a lot of information that doesn't seem correct about that.
Absolutely.
Sure. I've just been reminded of something which I looked at many years ago. There's a guy called Neil Kramer, who many people have heard of. He's very good. He's sort of like an occult philosopher. And he was talking about these events, and and the way that he described it, because he'd obviously looked into it more than most people at an occult esoteric level. The way that he described it is, from the sorcerer's point of view, with one of these mass events, the most powerful thing you could possibly do would be to have two very similar events running simultaneously. One that you were in complete control of, well, you'd actually be in control of both of them. But one of them would be a manufactured event, the one that you would give to the public, that would contain all of your precursors for the predictive programming, all of your problem reaction solutions built into it. But then you would have a very similar parallel event going on completely behind closed doors, and that would be the ritual where people would actually be sacrificed. So the fake event is what will be presented to everyone, the public, to the peasants.
The peasant show.
The fake people would die in the fake event, but there would be real people that would be offed in behind closed doors. And they said that would actually double the power of the ritual, because you wouldn't just be sacrificing people. You wouldn't just be manipulating public consciousness. You would almost, amalgamated or multiplied the power by having two separate operations running at once. And I've just been reminded of that. I probably listened to that in about 2013.
Nice.
Did you see what?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
From their point of view,
it's like you've got an overt ritual
with 9/11, really.
You've got an overt ritual and a covert ritual going on at the same time,
which you both control, but they're actually running two parallel operations that are working in unison. And if you took that model, right? Now, as far-fetched as that might sound, I've heard one person explain that model. I don't know how accurate it is, but if you took that and then you applied it to all of these happenings that we're just talking about, it would have kind of explained the phenomenon that we witness, why there, even in people that are paying attention to a great degree, there is so much confusion about how authentic the happening is.
Yeah.
That would explain why. The model that I just gave, that would really explain why, as far as I'm concerned. Let me see some comments. What's everyone saying?
I think a lot of people, they're very close-minded on it. I speak to a lot of the general public every single day working in a shop. And I was speaking to somebody who's an ex-engineer today, used to make Challenger tanks in the factory in Leeds. And I said, well, we know the moon landings were a load of bollocks. And he looked at me like I had three heads. And I said, well, hang on, you've been working in a tank factory all your life. Why can't we go to the moon now then? And he's like, there's no answer. They just always say money. And I said, there's loads of money. And that's to get 67 million pounds a day or week, whatever it is. Why can't we go to the moon? And they can never answer the question.
Well, if you watch all these high-profile celebrity rocket men recently, it looks like they can't even get to space anymore. Think about it. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they're sending all these celebrities up into space, and even by their own admissions, we've covered it. We've looked,
It's just going up into like
they're just going to the edge of the atmosphere,
edge of the dome.
They're not going through the Van Allen belt.
Edge of the glass. They're just pinging off the glass at the top, really. We're going nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no need to look up. It's all happening down here.
I do believe we're in a closed system.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Simulation. There's nothing beyond.
It's contained for
that's-
sure. It is contained.
Well, yeah, I listen to a fair bit of Archaics myself as well, and I agree with what Jason says. Anything that NASA says is BS, and all the planets have basically, this. We're all CGI pictures. They don't even have anything really to show us, do they? We're definitely in a contained little realm.
Even the stars,
that
if
we're
you
passing
zoom
through.
in on a star, it's not what they say it is.
If you really think about it, right, that I was thinking about this the other day, right? We're led to believe that although we haven't landed on Mars yet, we've sent like plenty of rovers there. And right, if it's really true that we've sent multiple probes, robotic devices, look at the level of recording equipment you can buy for a couple of £100 in the consumer range now. It's beyond, it's out of this world what you can buy in cameras nowadays for a few £100, what they can do. And you're trying to tell me that we haven't got the most detailed, in-depth footage of what Mars actually looks like, looking at high detail in high definition in 8K of these rocks and these tiny little algae that they found on the rocks and these bacteria. And you must be joking. We don't see anything. One fuzzy little video that's clearly just Arizona with a red filter on it. If you really look,
I think it's actually Canada.
Oh, Canada!
I
or somewhere
think it's
like that,
Canada.
some mud flat somewhere.
Canada, yeah.
I think it is in Canada. I can't remember the name.
Here it is. It's Norfolk Island.
That's it. There
Kelly,
we go.
thank you very much, Kelly. Look how cool our community is. We literally talk about something in real time. These guys have got a 30-second delay, and before we finish talking about it, bang, straight in the comment section. It's Norfolk Island.
Very Ramish.
Very Ramish. Love it.
But yeah, the point is, I speak to a lot of the public and they're not open-minded at all, and that's really the point. If you can't open your mind to different possibilities, even how this conversation started with these they are still psyops because they're being used. So whether it happened or it didn't happen, it's still being used to further their agenda.
It's
like
still
you
a
say,
real
that's really the
psyop.
point of it.
The psyop is real.
Yeah. So from their point of view, it doesn't really matter. And from our point of view, well, unless you know somebody who may have been involved in it, it doesn't really matter. They're just going to pick an angle. But if you look on any of your local Facebook community groups, or certainly where I live in Yorkshire, between Leeds and Bradford, the stabbings and shootings every single day, but never make the news. So I always do think to myself, when a particular stabbing or shooting makes the news, I sometimes think, is this to manipulate it because of the person who's done the stabbing or shooting? It's been cherry-picked, yeah. And is it because they can manipulate that story?
Is this a picture of that island?
I've just got a picture of Norfolk Island up on the screen. So that's from the tourist point of view. And Lance, just flip to the one I've just sent you there.
Maybe I'll go left.
No, yeah, there you go. This is a picture allegedly of Mars.
Right, so that's...
So if you flip back to the other one, look.
Oh, yeah.
You can see...
Yeah, I see. It's got the Martian
You
landscape.
just put a filter in that.
Well, you just got to filter out the sky. The rock you don't need a filter for.
Well, who knows what's to the left of where that guy is?
Yeah.
So who knows what's behind him? Might just be that for miles and miles and miles.
Bit of cloud seeding, you're away.
So going back to what you were just saying there about cherry picking the news stories about the stabbings, because this comes back to the whole fake thing. All of the reports at the moment about the terrible rapes and stabbings that are by migrants and stuff that seem to be on the Daily Express every day, Some people in the everything is fake.
Have you noticed that? The Daily Express?
Yeah, the Daily
They
Express.
love it.
They got a picture of a Crusader as their logo.
Literally every single day there's something in the Daily Express.
A lot of people in the truther community that sit in the everything is fake gang, they are actually convinced, because the mainstream media, like the Daily Mail and the Daily Express, are reporting this stuff every day, that they're making it up. Now, I can see why they might think that, but I really think it's more cherry picking, like you're saying, because for a long time, these attacks, stabbings and rapes and stuff were not reported. But what they've done is they've actually, in my opinion anyway, they've just started reporting what they've been not reporting for a long time at the opportune moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be fake.
Yeah.
Mate,
It just means you haven't reported on it before.
A guy I work with, right? I've done a lot of work with him over the years, right? He is a really nice guy, and his brother-in-law is an active member in the police force in the Midlands, just outside Birmingham. And he says, you want to hear what doesn't get reported.
Yeah, right.
He says, you got no idea. And I won't name him, but he tells my mate who I work like, and he tells me, he said, you want to know what's not reported. All that you see in the media, that's like the tip of the iceberg.
I bet. Well,
he was telling me about a thing that was foiled in Birmingham. They were going to they foiled, a couple, Islamic couple were going to fly a fucking drone with a chemical gas and release it into a football stadium. Like a packed football stadium. They foiled it. Who heard about that on the news?
No. Definitely not.
And this was English-born, someone of Islamic fucking religion, and they were like a very clever like scientist who came. They had this drone built. They raided, and they found this fucking huge drone, all hooked up with this like custom built design on it with this gas, like all the shit to make the gas and everything.
And I think it's also very dangerous to assume that there aren't actually people in this country that do plan stuff like that.
Magix is in the chat.
Oh, big up Magix.
Magix is in the chat.
Big shout out to Magix.
But also, I don't know, because there's people who are in the system. So I went to meet some mates a few months ago, and I hadn't seen them for a long time. And one of them's a consultant cardiologist. So you're talking about people who work in the system. And I was asking him about the jab, and he's saying, "Oh, you're not one of these, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, I didn't have it. It's dangerous shit. It's fucked people up." And he's saying, "No, it's safe as houses. It's not. Yeah, well, exactly. So there you go." And I could tell, right, but I haven't got to the end of this yet. I could tell that he completely buys into that. He's had it. Everybody there had it. I'm in a room full of people who are all looking at me like I've got 3 heads at this point. And he says, "Oh, it's very rare." He says, "Oh, my for instance, my sister can't see anymore, and she was a very rare case." The optometrist, the consultant optometrist at the hospital, says he's only ever seen this twice. And I'm thinking to myself, so you're telling me it's safe and there's not a problem, but now your 40-odd-year-old sister has lost her eyesight.
The problem is, they if anything, I know. Like,
yeah, careful.
So I've got some of my family members who have got friends that have had shit come out of the blue, and I've suggested previously, like, was it maybe something to do with that? And they're like, and everyone's like, no. It's, you never know when these things are going to come, or no one can attribute someone going blind specifically to that. That's why it's so hard. That's why they can get away with it.
Well, listen to this. My mum's friend, who's like, I think she's in her mid-50s. She lives in America, and she's like, she's not an anaesthetist. She fucking injects people's faces with Botox and stuff like that. And she thinks she knows everything. I always like taking the piss out of her. She came over and she's like, "Oh yeah, I know you're an anti Britney person. I've seen you on the internet." And I said, "So I guess you took it, didn't you?" I said, "Any side effects?" She goes, "No." She goes, "Well, I have developed an autoimmune disease." And I said, right, "Was that after?
So you've got AIDS?"
Yeah, and that's why I did say that. Oh, you mean AIDS? She said, "No." I said, "What? You mean you've got an autoimmune deficiency syndrome, something like that?" She's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, AIDS." And she didn't really like that, but I have a joke with her. But she couldn't put 2 and 2 together, and she thinks she's a healthcare professional. She couldn't put 2 and 2 together. So I was like, "Did you develop that afterwards or before?"
But somebody knows that it's bad shit. You know, somebody in the system who's passing this down knows it is, but they're buying into it. And this is what I'm saying. Surely that happens in all.
I genuinely think,
organisations.
I genuinely think with the kosher 19 procedure, I genuinely think that it was some batches were clean of the nano Schwabry or any of that. I genuinely think it was it wasn't all of them.
No. Well, but in my close relatives, my auntie, she'll be 70 this 17 January, she suddenly got breast cancer last year. I've got two cousins which are basically the same age as me, one 47 and one 46. They've both had pancreatic problems, having to have the gallbladders removed. Very, very ill. One of them's just recovering now. She's really ill. And my other cousin, he had it last year. He was in hospital for a long time, and he's only just recovering now after nearly a year. And I think to myself, and they're all, they've all had the 3-dart finish. So, whereas there's only a small proportion of us in my family, maybe there's 4 of us that haven't, and I think we're the only ones that have had 0 issues. So everybody, to a degree, has had some type of issue. Oh, I forgot to mention my sister, her husband, they live in Australia. He's got he's got some type of myocarditis now. And again, I'm saying to my sister, we told you about this, and she's like, oh, it's nothing to do with that. It's just this
is what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Here's the thing: we know that enough healthcare professionals have noticed, because many, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of them refused to have it. There was headlines only a couple of weeks ago, still complaining about the terrible uptake.
Yeah, the nurses refused.
The refusal.
They couldn't port it on the nurses. That's why they went back on it, because they basically said no, and they knew it had collapsed.
So maybe if you've got these hospital porters, nurses, these sort of mid-level or lower-level healthcare professionals refusing it en masse, but then you've got your doctors, surgeons, and consultants still so heavily locked into the pharma Schwabian cult that they simply cannot smell the coffee. They cannot see the writing on the wall, because they are so heavily invested. Some of these people are on 100, 200 grand a year. Some of these hospital, administrators, if they were to admit that the one of the cornerstones, one of the foundations of their whole industry, their whole career, the whole society, the whole culture that they live in is built on lies. That's why, in my opinion, that's why some of them might sort of realise that they're wrong, but they have to put it to the back of their mind because there's so much at stake. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got their own little facade and they don't want to lose it. They don't really want to face reality.
They've all got mortgages. They all like the new iPhone, the latest Lexus in the driveway. Maybe their missus wants to remodel the swimming pool. Are they gonna speak out really and ruin all their shit? Risk getting fired? This is where it comes.
Because I've got a conscience.
This is where it comes down. This is where it comes down to people's general morality. This is where it comes down to.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having a nice car or a nice house or something nice, as long as you're not sacrificing your integrity or your soul for it. Let's get that straight.
Many people are.
Yeah. When I bought my Nazi,
my wife reminded me the other day, picking my son up from school during the whole Divek era, and there's 2 teachers, two parents, and they're both teachers, they're both doctors, and she pulled one of them up, the wife, and said, this was during, it might have been just after the first lockdown or just before it. Well, no, just after the first lockdown when we went back to school. And she says, do you know anybody who's died of Divek? Because, we don't. And she was like, no, I don't think so. I'll ask my husband. And Jenny said she made a point of coming up to me a couple of days later in the playground and saying, it's terrible in hospital. They're all dying. And like Jenny said, she clocked it at the time, but she would have known that instantly when she asked her. It's like she's gone home.
Yeah.
They've had a
To
discussion
see what the
about
score
it and
is,
said,
yeah.
You can't say, oh no, you don't know anyone, because that doesn't fit in with proceedings.
Again,
so she came back and made a point of. So that was almost like a mini psyop, because she would have known the answer to that. What does she not know when her husband comes home from the hospital and everybody's dying? As she just was Corion or something, and she didn't realise.
Yeah, he
wouldn't have mentioned it.
Wouldn't
already.
she be absolutely shitting it that he was going to bring something home and they would all die?
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. I really upset
No.
some people in my circle of people that I knew, because they had wives that worked at local NHS hospitals at quite a high level, and I called them liars to their face online. I said, they were saying, listen, this is really bad, the hospital's full. I'm saying, you're lying. You are lying. Anyone can go there and look. 90% of that hospital is closed down. There's building going
Just look
on.
at the fucking car park.
You've got one ward open that you funneled everyone into on a bogus test, and I called them liars to their face, and a lot of people excommunicated me in 2020 and 2021 because I called them out on it. And lo and behold, again, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I read an article from a mainstream source saying, yes, it's true. Hospitals in 2020 and 2021 were not overrun at all. Most staff were, what was the word, where they sent everyone home and paid them?
Furloughed.
Most staff were furloughed, and the one ward that was open was super busy because it's the only ward that was open and it had to take all the patients. It was all lies.
Who was the lad you had on? Was he called? Was it? Oh, I can't remember his name. Maybe Carl. He said he was
Kyle.
a bank nurse.
Yes.
Yeah. Kyle Greaves.
He
Kyle
was a bank
Greaves.
nurse.
I know him very well.
Yes, and yeah, he seemed like a top lad. I remember that episode, and he was saying that actually, in that episode, he said most of the nurses actually, and even some of the doctors just bottled it and didn't come in.
Yeah,
and that's why people. He said I was having to work extra hours and looking at which next iPad I was going to buy because
and the
I was getting
ridiculous
paid a
money he was
shitload
getting
of
paid
money.
as well. Yeah, loads.
Yeah, and he said it was busy for 2 weeks, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, but again, a lot of people
5G maps or whatever, and everybody got ill, and then it was done.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people disagreed with what he said, because he said, look, but despite what some of you guys think, I was there and I was wrapping up bodies of young, healthy people that had died suddenly. He said for the first 2 weeks, there was something that was genuinely killing a load of people.
Yes.
He said, but then it stopped, but the lies, the narrative carried on when it wasn't happening. And again, there were some people that were watching in the everything is fake camp that were like, this guy's chatting shit. He's trying to say there was a real virus. He never said virus. He just said something was wrapping up. He said, listen, when you've wrapped the bodies up like I have, then you can talk about it. That's what Kyle said. And Kyle
again,
doesn't chat shit. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I don't believe in COVID as in the way it's sold to us, but I can say that the third week into lockdown, I was like really ill, not hospital ill. I was just like in bed, like pretty ill. And I was thinking, where the hell did that come from? So whatever it was.
Mate, I got one, right? I got one. I went out for some drinks on Boxing Day in 2021. And I was fine the whole through 2020, all of that. And the Boxing Day of 2021, I went out and the next day, I only had two or 3 pints of Guinness I had over lunch. And I couldn't get out of bed the next day. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I couldn't taste anything for about 2 weeks after or smell anything. It was really weird.
Low-level radiation poisoning.
Yeah, I reckon it was.
Yeah.
That's radiation poisoning.
That's what I reckon I have.
I literally just couldn't get out of bed.
now?
I just felt fatigued, and I've never ever had anything like that since or before.
No, snap. Do you know what? Now and again, when I pull up next to a 5G tower, the big ones, I can sometimes just sense a bloody thing. You can just feel it sometimes.
Yeah, I used to notice it when I went to the O2 in London.
We only live in a small village.
Mate, that's why I moved out to the sticks. The phone signal's terrible out where I live. It's terrible. It's not as bad.
Yeah. No, it's not too bad where we live, but we did stick one in the middle of the village. We're a bit away from it, but I think possibly that's probably what it is, or probably even the airdrops we're receiving. I don't think that helps affairs.
I think the easiest thing to say, it's never really one thing. There's many different ways to swab a peasant, and they usually employ multiple different things at once. I just want to say...
But do you know what I would say? Since then, the funny thing is, when I got ill then, and I started to really take my health seriously, and changed my diet and supplements, and I've had nothing in the last 5 years. So since then, I've had nothing. I've no colds, no illness. And so I actually think, and people around me have been ill, but not really vastly, because my close family, i.e. my wife and my mum, my son, none of us had the Britney Spears tour. So but I can actually say that diet and supplements, I think, do actually work.
Sure.
Because I just don't get ill anymore, to be honest. Or maybe it's just a mindset, I don't know, but yeah.
Awesome talking to you, man.
Yeah, thank you very much for calling in. Great talking points.
Yeah,
but we'll keep the line clear.
Cheers, lads.
Yeah, we're going to keep the line clear. Get back to the Schwab show. Good to talk to you, brother.
Yeah. Cheers. Rise above.
Rise above. Take care, mate.
Bye.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
Very informed callers tonight. Right, let's move on. So, what's this next talking point? Oh, it's still the Holy War. What is happening in Britain with all the stabbings is an intelligence operation using assets to implement a strategy of tension and fear in order to get the masses to demand digital ID to distinguish migrants from natives, normal people from terrorists, and any opposing voices will be deemed irresponsible. It is blatantly obvious. Robert Minotti on X, that's what he said. We're just putting these talking points on the table. That is quite a nice little way to tie up what we've just been talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Right. So, it's just a random talking point that I posted on Facebook in the last week or two, which generated quite a lot of interest. This is from Brendan O'Neill, obviously a far-right journalist. Immigration. The anti-racism marchers are the real extremists.
Yes, they are.
They definitely are. We've seen this firsthand. We stand behind this message. They are definitely the real extremists.
We've heard their extreme doctrine.
We've
behind closed doors. We've heard what these people get taught and what they believe.
It is frankly retarded.
It's highly retarded, but as retarded as it is, it's equally as dangerous, because all the problem is when the government, right, let's lay it out.
Go on.
What the government is doing at the moment, they are deliberately squeezing the population. They've taken away the possibility of young people owning homes. They've destroyed an entire generation's morale, basically. And what are you going to turn to? You're going to turn to socialism and communism to see if that works, because you fucking hate capitalism.
Because here's the thing. When we infiltrated these people, when we dressed up as leftists, like we showed you earlier on, and we sat just a metre in front of these people, face to face, and we recorded what they're talking about,
in a very brightly lit room.
They were, they didn't know it was us either. They were openly saying that they want to completely tear down the system and replace it with something. Now, the instant thing that I thought when they were very openly saying this to us is that I can see why this part of the message would appeal to lots of people.
Yes.
Lots of different people, including people like us, if we weren't so Ramish. We might be pulled into this kind of stuff. What, all these elite paedophiles? They were saying, they were saying, what, you think the rapists and paedophiles are in the boathouse? What about the elites?
They don't like the police?
They don't like the police. So these people...
They don't like the military?
Who are orchestrating the anti-racist movement. They don't just not like racism. No one that's normal likes racism. They don't like anything. They are hardcore Marxists who actually want to completely destroy the society we have, not just the bad bits of it, but the good bits of it too. They want to tear it all down. Now, I'm not going to lie, in the future, I see society falling anyway, and hopefully we have some Ramish, small, decentralised solution afterwards. But a lot of people that might be thinking like us, saying, I hate the system, I hate, just basically the global elites,
We've got a caller.
We've got a caller. We've got a caller.
Good evening. You're live on Rhymish Radio.
Hi, it's Matt. Wait, hold on. Let me turn down.
Yeah, just turn any external sound off.
Treat it
treat
like a phone call.
That is off.
Matt, have you called before?
No, I've never called before, but I did come to your last live at the Hotel Celebrity.
Awesome.
What did you think of Hotel Celebrity? It's amazing, isn't it?
That was amazing. And we were hosted very nicely by the hotels. Props to them guys. I gave them 5 stars on TripAdvisor.
Wow, that is incredibly
Bournemouth's
generous.
finest hotel. Only the best for the Rhymish community. Big shout to Hotel Celebrity.
Oh my God.
I would like to come back there one time as well.
Really?
I might see you in Southampton at your at the next thing as well.
That's January.
That's January the 31st. It's the Attic is like a comedy club. So this is only a short event. It's going to be like 3 hours. So there'll be like a talk from Mark Devlin, a break, then a talk from us, and then we'll probably have some after drinks somewhere. I think me and
They'll
Pete...
be serving drinks there in the comedy club. There'll be a bar, yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a bar,
I looked around to try and book some accommodation nearby that area, and I've got some weird, like, you can like book some like odd like flats and stuff. All the hotels seem in a different area on the other side. I don't know Southampton very well.
What app did you
Is
use?
this place out on a limb or something?
I haven't really looked, mate. I thought it was quite central in Southampton. Let me just have a look. I'm just going to Google Maps it right now. One sec.
Yeah, what hotel should I book when I'm coming? What should I book at? You know, we all going to be in one place or scattered around everywhere?
Well, there isn't an official hotel at the moment. Let me just have a look where this is. The Attic, Southampton. Okay, oh right, so it's in Totton.
32 Windsor Road.
Oh right, let me just put this on the screen here. So if it was me, what I would do is I would simply get booking.com and just like put in this postcode, which you'll be able to find here, SO49HQ, and simply use the map on booking.com to find. There's got to be just a decent place around here somewhere. Totton Timber.
I was thinking of booking the Leonardo, but it's like a bit of a throwaway.
Is it close to a
it's
train
like,
station
It's a
or
cab
something?
ride away, at least. You know, there didn't seem to be anywhere walkable.
I can't see any hotels on there.
That's not what I've called about. That's
All right.
not what I've called about.
That's right. This
That's
is
not my
customer,
issue.
mate. This is customer services. It's fine. It's fine.
Right, so what I wanted to get onto was this the event on the train and whether things are fake or real. Everything's fake or
Okay.
Yes, mate. Go for it. Go for
and
it.
how we deal with that.
The floor is yours.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we've got people, evil controllers above us, right, twiddling knobs, and they have like an advent calendar. They're waiting for events to occur so that they can manipulate them and promote them to achieve their own agenda, to promote their own agenda. And when the situation occurs where they're not getting the events that they want, they will create them. But they don't want to. They want to use organic events and then manipulate them to present them as in their own, to promote their own agenda, to promote their own agenda. And that's what I think this guy, this train guy, I don't know. I don't watch the mainstream no more. I unplugged completely. But it seems to me that when the orchestrated events happen, they are all in one place, all in one time. There's no chain of things leading up to it. This one seems to have like the hairdresser thing. This seems like a psychological breakdown from that guy. And if you take, people are in, the pressure's on right now, isn't it, for the whole of society. Things is ratcheting up.
Yep.
It's like a pressure cooker, and they know if they tune them knobs that some people are going to burst. And that guy burst, and then they, promoted it. That's what I think.
I'm actually very sympathetic to the theory you're putting on the table right here.
Yeah.
I think it's actually much more nuanced even than having someone that's been targeted in MK Ultra. What you just said there is people turning knobs. Now those knobs could be controlling certain messages going out in the media. They could be controlling certain chemicals in the water. They could be controlling what's being sprayed in the sky. Whatever those knobs are controlling, They have a graph and a very sophisticated AI system that can probably predict many, many things from every different incremental turn of those knobs on different demographics as well. I guarantee that's how detailed it is now. So when you say what you just said, that really rings true with me, that you just turn up the pressure on some certain parameters, demographically, socially, media-wise, whatever it is, and the graph dictates that someone will pop. Someone will take that hook that we put out there, that message, and then it will happen.
It might just be as simple as they're squeezing society so much, the odd person cracks.
Yeah.
And goes fucking mental. And if they've been subjected to psychological programming of a certain type, then they're going to lash out in a certain way.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I think that's actually a very balanced viewpoint, to be honest.
It doesn't all have to be like everything's controlled and manipulated. It might just be the fact someone is just right at their breaking point and something's tipped them over the edge. And because they are taking in some kind of, No,
if we take that as true, that's what's happened, there is still nothing to say that once that has happened, the incident has happened, that within seconds, the AI system has picked it up, a light has gone off, identified workable subjects happening.
Exactly.
Manipulate it step by step.
Would you like me to generate? Would you like me to generate the next 33 hours of script for X, media channels? Press yes, and it generates the news headlines. Blah blah blah. I guarantee you that's probably how it works. What's it called? Paladin.
Paladin, yeah.
Paladin and Palantir. These are all different systems. Paladin is doing like the world economy. Palantir,
financial.
Palantir is basically the
surveillance,
the peasant control
data.
BlackRock, innit?
Yeah,
that's doing the forecasting.
These are the tech oligarchs, aren't they? But obviously they've got links. They're all Jewish, man. Honestly, it's all Israeli tech or Israeli donors or Israeli funded.
Yeah, here we go. Look at Magix's comment here. This is a killer comment. Big up Magix. You don't need MK Ultra people nowadays. Give someone a seed and they will do it off their own back. Best way to psyop someone is to make them think it's their own idea. Definitely deserved a bomb on that one. Definitely.
I was lighting my cigarette.
These controllers, they've been practicing for a long time of how
they're
to,
ancient psychologists.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they are.
Manipulate the peasants, us peasants. They've been practicing for years and years. And something that popped up recently was that I was wondering, was War of the Worlds, was that a test run? Because they test they have to test these silent weapons that they've got. They have to test them, and I feel like War of the Worlds was a test run for how completely they could dupe the peasants with their technology.
Are you talking about not necessarily the film, but the first broadcast when it went out on the radio and everybody believed it's real? Yeah. So for people that don't know about this, the War of the Worlds movie, that was first broadcast as a narrated radio broadcast, but it was actually made unannounced in the very early days of radio. Well, not the early days, you could actually say the golden age of radio. So that came out as if it was a real broadcast, not announced, we have a new fiction for you called War of the Worlds. The broadcast just happened, and many, many people believed it to be actually real, that they were being invaded.
I'll raise you, Michael.
Go on.
The BBC, actually, like the Blair Witch Project, Paranormal Activity, that style of movie.
I know what you're going to say.
The BBC actually accidentally it created that genre of movie, and they had was it Michael who's the fucking I can't remember the name, Parkinson. Michael Parkinson was involved with it. It was
called Ghostwatch, wasn't it?
Ghostwatch. That's
I watched it in real time.
They had about 6 or 7 very well trusted family mumsy type presenters.
Yeah.
All saying in real time, live on air, that
they were in a haunted house.
They were in a haunted house,
but it was a two-bed semi-detached house on an estate that
and
a
it was
family lived in.
They just had a video camera.
They moved all the cameras in, and we were told. I was about 7 or 8 at the time watching this on Halloween.
They had a live feed to the talk shows.
Do you remember what the ghost was called?
No.
Go on. Pipes.
Pipes. There you
because
go.
Because he shook the pipes.
That's right.
And there were people getting pulled into the basement by pipes, and I'm there, 7-year-old kid, watching it, thinking this was a real, live broadcast from someone's house. Absolutely shitting
They had
myself.
11 million people call in.
I literally remember it like it was yesterday.
And that was the only time it's ever been broadcast. It is online. You can find
you can go back and watch it now.
What's it called, Michael?
It's called Ghostwatch.
There you go, Ghostwatch.
Anyone in the comment
It's
section?
insane. I mean, if you put something on the media, then people will literally believe it. That they would take it as fact. If you get a newsreader reading it out, or someone with a posh accent or whatever reading it out, they'll take it. And they've rolled with their game, and they've obviously gone like full Metal Rabbit with the moon landing.
Yeah.
And everybody swallowed that too. Everybody swallowed that too. And the argument is, how could you get away with this? Because too many people would have to know. The people would argue, the detractors would argue against you and say, no, it's impossible to. But if they're all Freemasons, like the Pikes, well,
I don't think you need that many people in on it.
No,
do you know what makes me think that?
You just need it compartmentalised.
When we covered the Indian moon landing recently, there's all the hundreds of people sat in the control room clapping, cumming their pants about their massive national achievement.
Space Invaders.
And they're literally watching Space Invaders style graphics on a screen. Now, when we were covering this and laughing our tits off at it, we couldn't even ascertain whether what they were showing on our screen and on their screen was allegedly supposed to be the real thing, or they were admitting that they were watching very poor quality CGI. But nevertheless, all of the professionals there with their headsets on,
they were loving it.
They were speaking to people with their headsets on, watching it, clapping. Well, guess what? That's exactly the same thing that happens at NASA. All of those people sat in that big room with the headsets on, going mission control. They're not looking at a real feed. They're looking at a CGI projection and some telemetrics on a screen as well. In fact, I would argue that none of those people in that control room need to know it's fake. The only people that really need to know it's fake are the astronauts and the one team that built the eject chute into the rocket.
Yeah.
Everybody else in their compartmentalised teams that built the other parts of the rocket, they don't even need to know either. So I think it's actually probably even a little bit easier than we would imagine, that even to say that everyone has to be a Freemason and be in on it, because
it's not that hard.
No, it's not.
It's not that hard. All you got to do is build like Kennedy Space Center, which I got taken to when I was
I've been there when I went to Florida.
Yeah.
Cape Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral. I've seen a spacecraft launch. My dad, when he took us there when we were little, he specifically timed it so that we would see a rocket launch. I've seen it. Like it's there.
It's drummed into us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, look at this.
Look at all the like children's duvet covers and pajamas with like space on and dinosaurs.
It's always space and dinosaurs.
Yeah, space and dinosaurs
on
everything.
Let's talk about dinosaurs.
Really? I actually cannot. I mean, Hollywood puts it all out for us, doesn't it? They create it for our consumption. The Jurassic Park thing, when you look at that now, they look amazing. It looks great, but it's ridiculous. And when you go and look back at the actual, why were they only starting to get dug up like 100 years ago? What happened? Thousands of years before that, they never dug them up.
Well, I think
weren't they discovered at the same time as like lots of other things which was suddenly rediscovered? Basically everything since 1850.
Yeah, the 1800s seem to be well, this comes back to whether we can believe anything. What is fake and what is real? These events that we see day to day. Do we take the media that we see at face value? No, of course not.
Sure.
But are they completely fake? Well, it's hard to tell, and we have to, from our perspective, our sort of truther perspective, have to apply the kind of sort of double slit experiment logic to it.
Yeah, I like that.
And the Schrodinger double slit thing, right? Because it can be both real and fake at the same time.
Yes,
until you get an opening. You know, it's just so
Same as it can be
difficult.
flat and spherical at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait a minute. You said this is Matt. Is this Cornish Nasty?
Holographic construct.
Do you go by
Whoa,
do you go by the pseudonym of Cornish Nasty?
No, I do not. No.
Oh,
no,
right.
no.
Sorry, I was getting you confused.
I've just stopped myself on you. Yeah,
I was getting confused with someone else. He was at the event as well. You got a similar accent.
We did talk at the event. I dropped you a few of my theories.
Mate, I spent the whole event discussing theories with everyone that weekend. It was absolutely awesome.
That was awesome. I had such a fantastic time. I can't wait for the next one. It was absolutely amazing.
Well,
great.
we'll see you in January the 31st with Mark Devlin, no doubt, and big up to everyone else that's getting tickets as well. Matt, I just want to thank you for calling. We've got only half an hour left of the show, so we're going to clear the lines. We'll probably take one more call.
Nice one. Big up yourselves.
See you in January, mate.
Awesome, brother.
Better you just cut it off.
Brilliant. Right, let's get on to the next subject.
Rise above, generate, rise above.
Digital ID will stop wrongful prison releases. Like, if anyone thinks that these accidental prison releases are accidental, they're definitely not. This is all deliberate.
It's a weekly thing now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we just accidentally let people... Maybe it's a psyop just to get digital ID. Maybe they just like letting rapists and stuff out. Either way, it's very communistic. Yeah. Right, I thought this was a good one, very easy to debunk. A headline that came out today, or at least in the last couple of days. Let me just make it so you can see it. Something like this.
Oh, your mouse is being temperamental tonight, isn't it?
I feel like this is getting in the way of
the
me doing
T-shirt
stuff.
there, yeah, the Full Metal Rabbit T-shirt.
The mainstream Schwab lines are basically saying far-right extremists outnumber Islamists in anti-terror program referrals. Now, this is about Prevent, which is like this new anti-terror line where you can phone up and report people that you think are terrorists. So I was like, this sounds a bit iffy. Really? Far-right extremists outnumber Islamists in the anti-terror program? I don't believe that. Well, we already knew this because we covered it in the show a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so very quick, Schwab, directly from counter-terrorism policing stats, roughly 75% is the Islamist terrorism workload for MI5.
Official source, guys.
Look at this, 25% for ERWT, extreme right-wing terrorism.
Yeah.
ERT. With a small number of left-wing and single-issue ideologies.
A small number of left-wing single ideologies.
So, what does this mean?
Who judges what's terrorism or not? Because I would argue that fucking what people like organisations like Antifa do is more terrorist than...
Yeah, well, obviously, Antifa don't count according to this.
That's like the left-wing paramilitary wing of the far left.
I need to go for a piss. I'm going to play a music video. Let's take a very short break for the last half an hour. 1 sec. Let me just... what should we have?
We will take one more call, guys, after the tune.
Let me just...
Play an Inspector Carrot, because I think he's tuned in.
Have we got an Inspector Veg loaded up? I don't think I have, unfortunately.
Play a merch.
No, we'll play Bible Code. No, let's play Martial Law. That's probably more fitting. Right, we'll be back in 3.
Militant stairs. We fight the military here. 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 I never invite the military here. We fight the military here. We fight the military here. Did you invite the military here? We fight the military here. Gore-Tex boots, ankle holster,
kit, low visibility grey. Shock troops, 50k taser, crowd dispersal energy ray. Flame retardant combat fatigues, 9mm Glock 17s. SIG, 516, carbine with high cap magazine. Red dot sight gun mounted, flashlight, backup clip, strapped to his leg. Counter protest firearms officer, CS grenades across his chest. Strict orders, encrypted frequencies. Combat civil unrest, across all borders, untold secrecy. Rolled out on the streets of the west. Who invited the military here? I never invited the military here. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Did you invite the military here? Who invited the military here? Yo, smoke clears on the battlefield. Now we can see the opposing force. These guys think they're freedom fighters, but they can't fight for the cause in skinny jeans, Doc Martin boots. Feeble frames are dressed in black. Mask face, dark balaclava, hammer and sickle, red communist flag. Minds filled with a poison doctrine, far left ideological trap. Hordes of social justice warriors, protest signs, poised to attack. Radical feminist virtue signals, poorly spelled in luminous green. Pay protesters are useful idiots, get used in numerous schemes. Who invited the military here? I never invited the military here. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Did you invite the military here? Who invited the military here? Containment units dispatched en masse. DEFCON 5, civil war. Activate the takeover plan, all drills are live. Martial law, post-revolution times. Life under curfew, learn to adapt. Laws of federal crimes. They signal virtue when you react, so better keep in line. Don't speak out or cause speculation. No more protest signs. Adjustment camps for re-education for non-conformist minds who dare to rebel or question the state. That's OSF design. Front revolution and crush the debate. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? In tactical boots and military wear. Who invited the military here? Looking at me with militant stares. Who invited the military here? Irrational troops and military gear. Who invited the military here? Boots on the streets cause imminent fear.
You should do a new one, lots about just like the left-wing protest retards. What they're kitted out with, blue hair and a communist glare.
This is, I've already, if you listen to the bars about this literally already describes what's happening now. You can say what you want about Rise Above. You can say what you want about me, but don't ever say we're not well ahead of the curve, way ahead of our time. This is really annoying me. Why isn't these cameras swapping over? I wrote that tune, I think, in 2014. And the video, I reckon I made at the start of lockdown. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, let's just finish off with saying this. If this isn't just total made-up bullshit, what could be happening here where they say far-right extremism is outnumbering Islamism in Prevent? Maybe it's because everyone that's a lefty is calling up this Prevent line and reporting their neighbours, calling them far right for flying a flag outside. Yeah. There's a very good chance that is inflating these numbers. I would say anyway. See what you say in the comments. What's everyone saying? Do you reckon that's a feasible explanation? Right. This one.
Oh God.
So this is from today. I'm not going to play the video because it's actually a little bit sad.
It was very touching.
It's actually well sad.
Yeah,
let's be honest. And I'm not normally one to feign over war veterans and stuff because I know what war is really about.
Michael, just read the number of the studio out again.
07. One sec. It is on the kicker at the bottom. Of the screen.
I know. I'm being.
It's 07404 883 292. 07404 883 292. Call the studio now. Rise Above TV. So, this guy is the oldest surviving poppy seller. He's a decorated World War II veteran.
He's fucking ancient.
He's literally about 100 years old. He's probably one of the oldest surviving veterans of World War II. And he was on Good Morning Britain.
Whether you believe, he was mind controlled into doing it. I feel sorry for the guy.
All his mates died. He believes it's
that
real.
Just sprayed my phone.
Sorry, it's real. Did it?
Yeah.
So we don't need to say, he was an order follower. That everyone of their generation was an order follower. They all believed it was real. They apart from him, most of them died, right? And his words when they asked, "What was your feelings today or Remembrance Day?"
What was
Or
your
what
message?
you're feeling coming up for Remembrance Weekend? What's your message? And he basically said, when I look back and I think about those lines of white headstones and all my friends and all my family that died, and I think that our sacrifice was, when I look around at the country today, it wasn't worth it. And basically, it was awkward as fuck.
He said he had more freedoms back then.
He said we were fighting, and the presenter was like, "Oh my god, I was so sorry to hear that." And the other presenter, who happens to be an Asian chap, not great optics, said, "Oh, what do you mean?" Sort of pressed him. This guy's about 100 years old. After he said it, he physically started like breaking down.
Yeah.
He was basically hunched over. He looked like he was going to start crying. And he said, "Listen, we fought in those trenches for our freedom, for your freedom, for everyone's freedom. And when I look around now, the freedom is worse than what we were fighting for then." And then she's apologetic and stuff like that. And they basically ended it. But
They cut him off, basically. That she put her arm on his shoulder and was like, "Oh yeah, we'll make sure that it's the country that will make it worthwhile for you." Basically, it just
and
it was fucking sad.
It was fucking sad. And like I said, we're not one normally to romanticize over war veterans and order followers and that here, but this was a moment, yeah. And what Kyle said was very interesting. He said, "Listen, when this guy speaks, everyone should listen. We don't need any blue head retards trying to second guess what he meant by that comment. I.e., I didn't fight in the war for Nigel Farage." He's definitely not talking about that. It's very clear what kind of disappointment.
Is that what people are saying?
So, well, this is
fucking way.
This is what Kyle foreshadowed in his analysis of this.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Kyle. Kyle's one of my favourite.
He's
people
been on
the
it this
internet.
week,
On
actually.
it,
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
on it. Kyle's a legend. Favourite right wing combat sports MC. Yeah, and he foreshadowed it. There will be some people that trying to insinuate that he's talking about people like Tommy Robinson or Nigel Farage in these comments. I guarantee he's not. I guarantee he's talking about the state of the UK with regards to things like what the government's doing, locking people up for tweets, what's going on with the war against the English flag, what's going on with the migrant hotels, etc., etc., etc. I guarantee that's what he's talking about. And the immigration, I guarantee that's what he's talking about. Not about Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson.
He's probably talking about the Bolshevik government, which we've currently got.
Probably saying we should have fought the communists.
Should have fought the communists with the fascists.
Should have listened to General Patton.
I'll take fascism over communism.
It's better. Much better.
It's better.
Much better.
I'd much happily wake up and snort a line of capitalism and get into my white privilege mobile
and say
and drive to
fucking
work.
yes.
Yeah, I would do it. I would much rather that and then starve in the fields like a fucking communist peasant.
And have to hate everything.
And get the government to come around and literally raid your house for every grain and fucking slice of bread you've got and leave you there to die and live on grass. Like, what would you rather, you fucking dipshit? Where's my mark pass?
A great show tonight. Right, we've got 19 minutes
We'll
left.
take another caller.
I don't know if we've even got time for another caller.
Okay, fuck you all.
If someone calls up,
punk, bitch, insecure, button-dicked little boy.
If you've got the fucking balls to call up in the last 19 minutes of the show, when I've still got a Schwab show going on, it better be good. That's all I'm saying. We'll leave the phone line open. Right, next.
There you have it, guys. Balls on the table.
Put your testicles on the table. You better come with some actual smoke if you call up. As a bishop, who's this guy? Cardinal Sarah. Strange choice for a name. Cardinal Sarah. So first of all, is he a Catholic? Is he a Protestant? I'm not sure. First of all, I'm going to.
Well, he's wearing a tiny hat and his name's Sarah. It sounds pretty suspect to me.
Definitely Cubish of some denomination. As a bishop, it is my duty to warn the West. The barbarians are inside the city. Now, listen. When you've got cardinals, let alone a man of certainly not European heritage here, a man of colour.
Crypto Jew.
Crypto Jew. Listen, this guy you can't call this guy a white supremacist for making a comment like this. This is, if he's in the West, this man is a migrant. He's an immigrant.
He is.
He is not.
He knows.
He is not. This man is not natively European or from the West, and he is making the comment that the barbarians are already inside the city.
He's probably fucking seen it.
But wait a minute, is he talking about other brown people that are like him?
He might be. Lance.
He could be.
He might like the white man.
Maybe this cardinal sees a distinction between civilized people and barbarians that actually transcends skin colour.
Yes.
Just because...
Maybe he sees personality and ideology.
Maybe because he sees a group of barbarians that happen to not be white, he is not so simplistic and NPC-ish to instantly think that they're barbarians because they've got brown skin like me. Oh, wait a minute, I've got brown skin too. How can I say that? Maybe he appreciates that reality is slightly more nuanced than that.
Yes.
So, you know, big up Cardinal Sarah.
Essentially, he's not retarded.
Yeah, we stand behind this Cardinal. He's telling the truth. The barbarians are inside the city. Do you know what Enki Musk said this week? He used, it's an analogy that's already been used and called well racist. He said that basically he's been going on about England loads.
Careful now, because he's just been to Israel for his re-education.
Well, this is what
they
he said
took
this
him
week.
to the Holocaust Memorial.
Enki Musk said that England is like the Shire in Lord of the Rings. The people in England that live in small
He's
towns...
such a fucking nerd.
But the people that live in England in small towns have such nice lives. Very nice, drinking tea and going meeting each other. Everyone's very nice, very civilised. Everything's
Drinking
very clean.
ale at the pub.
Everyone's very polite. He said for best part of a century, their life has been so sheltered and so nice. But now the orcs have been let into the Shire. He actually said this. Now, you already know that this orc-hobbit comparison is allegedly right-wing, very white supremacist.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to kick back straight away. Surely describing people as hobbits is not being... If you were a white supremacist, you would describe yourself as an elf, not a hobbit. Because elves are like the higher beings. Like they're like 6-7 foot tall. They've got advanced weaponry. They're really tall and white.
They're good archers.
They're like white supremacists. The hobbits, they're not even white. They're
dusty.
They're small. They're basically... Anyway, I think it's a very poor analogy. But the way that Enki Musk is saying it is true. England is been so sheltered, so safe, so nice, so civilised, and now a load of people that simply are not nice, polite, civilised or safe are already here.
As well, this like Becky said this to me a few weeks ago. She said that like since World War II, like England's been pretty safe, pretty chilled. Like the citizens there living the life there have been like pretty all right.
Like the hobbits in the Shire.
This might be our time now for us to go through some shit like our predecessors did, our ancestors did.
Yeah.
Our grandparents,
It's not as if this island hasn't been invaded before.
Yeah.
It's happened many times
This might be our time to fucking wise up.
You know, even a couple of years ago, I would have almost winced at people talking
fucking hell,
like...
Lance, I told you I've been working at this university.
Yeah, go on.
I see what this is, the people that are being produced. I've taken pictures of them on my phone and showed Becky. I've seen...
They're not capable of dealing with what's going to happen.
I've seen the males which are coming out of these places directly with my own eyes. And I tell you what, they're either severely overweight or they're very weak,
Whoever
fragile.
this is, they better be coming with something good. We've got...
Good evening, you're live and rise above. This better be highly antiseptic.
We've got 12 and a half minutes.
Who have we got? Who are we talking to here?
Jim.
Sorry, what's your name?
James,
welcome. Jay.
Yeah, how's it going?
All good. Have you called the show before, mate?
Yeah, mate. I've come to the weekend and I've been to the first one as well.
Oh, James.
I'm not fucking...
How's it going? All right, mate?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, not bad.
What's going down? What have you got for us tonight?
I ain't really got much. I'm quite interested in the old, like, Elon Musk calling it a Shire and that. Like, I think it's sort of true, to be fair. Like, I think once it starts going out into the Shires, I don't know, I think they're going to turn around quite quickly and be like, fuck that. To be honest.
Why? Is that because farmers have got shotguns?
Nah, just the way... Like, it's a different world, isn't it? I don't know, like, I feel like in the country and that, they haven't had that full, like, city experience of fucking immigration and all that shit, so...
Well, mainly because if you live out in the country, in the actual shires, there's no infrastructure to put migrants there. They don't have like medium-sized hotels that are empty.
Well, they fucking tried, didn't they? Put him in the Camelot Hotel over in.
Oh,
They
yeah,
tried. They did try.
That's still a small holiday town.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
If you talk about going out to the country, what are you going to have? Well, you might have army barracks out there and stuff. Funny we should say that, James, because that's the next plan, isn't it? When the hotel contracts run out, that they're all going to be sent to army barracks, which might be further out of the cities and stuff.
Yeah, true. So I was having a conversation with Dad actually this week. Actually, for the first time, I was like, Dad, what do you think our ancestors would think of us? And he was like, yeah, just fucking shit, right? Like, he had that war veteran on. I don't know. Do you ever think about, like, I don't know, what would they think of us right now? Like,
I don't think they would even be able to comprehend what's going
Well,
on.
we just heard. We literally just heard. We quite literally just heard what they think.
How do you mean?
But with the war veteran, we just.
Oh, yeah.
We quite literally just heard what they
Yeah,
think.
someone that's just about survived to tell the tale. Lived. Well, that guy. If he's 100 years old? Let's face it. He grew up in a different world that we live in.
He's been in a trench, being shot at and shelled.
If he's 100, yeah,
with mortar fire.
He grew up in like the 1920s
and Panzer units.
I was talking about it this week, and it was like, oh yeah, what if there was a war now? What would happen? It would be like, oh, my mental health is a bit bad today. I can't get it.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
You know what I mean? It's fucking mental, isn't it? When you fucking think about it, like, fucking hell.
You'd have to just throw all the pussies out as cannon fodder to make way for the men.
Right, we've got some people disagreeing in the comments. Kelly says, I lived in Hertfordshire, it's full of Muslims. What is he talking about? Yes, they do. Apparently, people are saying they do put them in the countryside.
Yeah, up north.
Someone says, show me
Do
memes.
they though? I don't know if they do. I don't know if I agree with that.
Where do you live? Where do you live, Joe? Where are you? Where are you?
Southampton, mate.
So it's pretty south. I don't think they're rural down here. I don't think they're rural in the south.
Andy Pandy says they are everywhere, Lance, even Yorkshire. So
yeah, I saw something recently that they might be like in York or something. Like, I don't know.
Mate, they're all up north. They're everywhere.
Mate, they're in
up
every
north.
town. They're in every town. The hotels are in every town. It's just a question of whether they're in small villages and stuff like that. You know, which it would be very
What's your
noticeable.
views on
Are you talking about migrants or illegal immigrants?
All of it, to be honest.
All
legal
of it.
Well,
Because
legal,
up north, they're everywhere, mate. Literally, migrants are everywhere. I don't know about illegal migrants being housed in HMOs and hotels. I think the hotels, I did hear, I think it was the Grant Mitchell podcast when he had the Camelot hotel owner. He had him on. He said there was approximately 300 hotels being used across the UK. Yeah. So I think it's wherever they can get it. But the HMO's the problem. When they're in the HMOs, then they're in your street. All you need is a landlord which is too fucked off with Keir Starmer's taxes, who's going to move to Spain, keep his properties here and live like in the sun, and then just rent his house out to the government. That's the issue.
Getting a clergy plan check.
Yeah, then they'll be in your street. Like going into a army barracks is like it's the same as a hotel, really. They're in one area. The only problem is it's like a breeding ground for radicalisation, where there's a load of them in one area.
Yeah.
They're easily to be like more easy radicalised by number. Whereas if you've got 5 to 10 of them living in the HMO, the problem is they're down the street. But the only time they're going to really get radicalised is when they go to the local mosque.
And there's only 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah, if their local mosque.
What were you going to ask, James? What do we think of?
What's your view on that? I've been on Twitter lately, and that thing come out, isn't it? That apparently Elon Musk has been mucking with the algorithm on X or something. Like all the lefties saying, "Oh, he's mucking with the algorithm on X," so it's all like everyone's seeing right wing stuff.
Yeah, that's the word on the street that X is very sort of hardcore right wing. There's loads.
Is that just because everyone is just going that way anyway, or is it like?
Well, I think we'd be taken there by the tech bros, mate. I think that's the direction that the third column, the tech bros, want to take us into a new tech authoritarian right, where they blame all the problems that have been created by the leftists and the conservatives, and offer the Al Gore.
What's the fucking, you know, the ethno-nats and civ-nats and all that that's going off on Twitter lately. Like some people are like full like deportation.
Yeah.
And then you've got like people that are like part deportation, don't quite know how to do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh well, yeah. Obviously, in an argument like this, when people start saying let's deport the illegal boatmen in the hotels, you've then got people that literally don't want any migrants here or legal immigrants, or probably some people just don't want anyone that's not white here. I don't
think I do anymore.
What you say? You don't want anyone that's not white in the country at all?
No. I'm not saying that. No, I mean as in I don't want any more like that legal. I don't want any more. No, I don't think I do.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, but you're talking about sending people home that are already here.
Shut the fucking doors. I want to shut the fucking
I
doors.
don't think we
It
need
ain't
any
working.
more. I don't think we need any more physical people coming here at all. There's nothing to be gained by any
I
more
don't mean
people
that.
coming.
Not race. Obviously, yeah, it's not like that. But I just don't think it's working. Whatever this is, it's not working.
Oh, I agree, but
I reckon that's what that old boy. That's what that old boy's on about. Like his whole from when he was born to when it was now. Like the whole fucking thing has just changed completely. All recognition.
Mate, it's changed completely from the 80s. He was born in the 1920s. Imagine like, the level of change that guy's seen. Like, I was born in 1983, grew up in the 90s, and the world that I grew up in doesn't exist anymore. What must that guy be
Mate,
thinking?
at some stage, right, the gramophone was the height of technology in his household.
Yeah,
Right around that, you think.
Right, we've got 4 minutes left. James, thanks for calling, mate, but I've got to kick you off because we've just got a few things to say before the show.
Word to your nan.
Right, mate,
Ra, thanks for being our last caller. Right.
Far right.
Far right. I'll save the rest of those for Patreon on Wednesday. So let's just give you guys a few reminders. Big shout to You've Been Nudged, our new official memortician. Years free Patreon, t-shirts, lanyards coming your way. Send me, well, I've already got your email, mate. Right, Wednesday night, Patreon. Let's get a QR code on the screen.
Wednesday night Patreon, guys, I'll be talking about why reform is being installed in the UK directly and who's behind it.
Boom. We've obviously got all of the regular midweek Raw stuff to catch up on Wednesday night on Patreon. Monday night on Patreon, Safeguard Force meet and greet is coming out.
Yes.
When you go on Patreon, you can obviously get to all of the MI33 stuff in its entirety. That's already on Patreon. You need to get over there. Big shout to Sheep Farm. They've been radicalised. I like that. So yeah, if you're not on Patreon, the next time we're live is in 2 weeks' time, guys. Don't know what the show's going to be in 2 weeks' time, but we'll come up with something cool.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
maybe we'll get a guest.
Maybe we'll have a music show. Who knows? But in the meantime,
maybe we'll do both.
In the meantime, if you want more Rise Above, you seriously need to get on Patreon. It's only £3, and if you do, when you sign up to Patreon, we will send you a Dr. Kimchi physical crypto meme wallet that's fireproof, waterproof, Schwab proof. Comes with the guide to crypto if you're new to crypto, or if you're not, you know what to do. We'll post this to you free of charge for everyone that joins Patreon.
That's enough of that.
I think that's about it. Should we end off there? Let's say goodbye to everybody in the comments. Big shout out to Magix, Marianne138. Big shout out to all the Archaics gang in the comments. 262 people tuned in. We're going to finish it there. We'll see you on Wednesday night, live on Patreon, 7:30, midweek Raw 7.
That's correct.
Midweek Raw 7.